Here we go.
Paradise is exactly like where you are right now, only much, much better. Saw this guy on the train, and he seemed to have gotten stuck in one of those abstract trances, and he was going, and Fred said, I think he's in some kind of pain. I think it's a pain cry. And I said, pain cry? Then language is a virus. Language, it's a virus. Language, it's a virus. Well, I was talking to a friend, and I was saying, I wanted you. And I was looking for you, but I couldn't find you. I couldn't find you. And he said, hey, you talking to me? Or are you just practicing for one of those performances of yours? Huh? Language, it's a virus. Language, it's a virus. He said, I had to write that letter to your mother, and I had to tell the judge that it was you, and I had to sell the car and go to Florida because that's just my way of saying
That I love you.
I had to call you at the crack of dawn and list the times that I've been wrong. That's just my way of saying that I'm sorry. It's a job. Sorry. Language, it's a virus. Is exactly like where you are right now, only much, much better.
It's a shipwreck. It's a job.
You know, I don't believe there's such a thing as TV. I mean, they just keep showing you the same pictures over and over, and when they talk, they just make sounds that more or less sync up with their lips. That's what I think.
Language, it's a virus. Language, it's a virus. Language, it's a virus.
Well, I dreamed there was an island that rose up from the sea, and everybody on the island was somebody from TV. And there was a beautiful view, but nobody could see, 'cause everybody on the island was saying, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, why? Because they all lived on an island that rose up from the sea, and everybody on the island was somebody from TV. And there was a beautiful view, but nobody could see, 'cause everybody on the island was screaming, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Paradise is exactly like where you are right now, only much, much better.
Ah. That song is weird, but I love that song. It's a little tune by, she doesn't call herself a musician. She calls herself a performance artist, and she's still doing it after all these years. That one came out in, I think it was 1983. A song by the name of Language is a Virus by Laurie Anderson. She's got some other weird ones out there too. But, you know, that's, yeah, that's a thing. It's a good thing.
Says who?
Have you ever heard the song? I know you can't
No.
hear it but yeah.
I can hear you sing it.
I just
I
like I just like the line. Paradise is exactly like where you are right now, only much better.
I came in because I saw you were running. And I instantly felt molested. So yeah, no, apparently a good song.
Oh,
Hey, Doc, do you want to say hi?
ow! Hi.
Hey, Doc.
I I have no recognition just from Hey Doc.
It's Mr. LM.
Oh, okay. Well, talking a little bit more, I'm old. It kind of helps me catch up. How are you, sir?
He is elderly as fuck.
Doing quite well.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's so funny because everybody's panicking and everybody's like hiding out in their houses and stuff. And I'm like,
And here Mr. LM is traveling across states and going and visiting like multiple people.
You're gonna kill us all, LM.
That's Mr. Typhoid Mary to you.
I'm not calling you Mr. Anything unless you buy me a soda. I'm a whore, but I'm a whore for pay, good sir.
How about a Corona? That sound good?
I actually didn't hear that one. Say again.
yeah.
How about a Corona?
No thanks. Not a beer person, let alone shitty Mexican beer person.
Don't worry, there's a surprise in every bottle.
Look, we don't know each other enough for you to be making those kind of dick jokes at me, sir.
You're gonna give you the super Corona beer.
God damn it, the Asian voice has come.
Good God. I'm glad you guys are tweaked up because fuck. It's been one of those slow roll days to where I literally spent most of the day coloring.
I got 4 more days till I could sleep, Doc. I'm gonna be retarded for the next fucking week.
Oh, nice.
I have like food in my body and coffee, so I'm like at a nice like chill level right now.
And to be fair, Doc, when you say they never leave the house and they're all hiding out, so it's a day that ends with Y for me.
Yeah, I mean I got 6 years of this under my belt, so going on 7. Woohoo!
I mean, yeah, Doc, you experience the same levels I do. Fuck people, they suck.
Mm-hmm. I have no
Not
idea.
that
why.
kind of fuck people, God damn it.
No, I didn't even. You get your mind out of the gutter, there, Mister. Okay.
refuse.
Speaking of, we're not going to have a problem with a declining birth rate anytime soon.
No
Considering everybody's stuck at home.
I know the
with their significant
coronials.
others. Yeah. Especially in my damn hotel room. Christ.
Oh, apparently, when he got to his hotel room, all he was hearing was his neighbors.
Yeah, and I don't think they're my next room neighbors. I think they're a few rooms down, but you can tell the difference between something being played on speakers and something being in real life. And all I heard was the wet slapping echoing off the walls and, oh, daddy, 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 daddy. And I'm just like,
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, so that's probably why my room was discounted. This is the area of the hotel where people screw loudly. All right.
So as soon as I heard,
echoes of fuck.
as soon as he gave me like that description, I was like, well, you could just come hang out at my house for a bit, deal with like my pupper and my tiny human niece, and like I'm making dinner, and you can just escape that whole jazz and just like hang out with somebody who won't be crying out, Daddy.
God damn it, get on.
What? I'm not gonna ever like that. I still don't, and I was saying this earlier. Like I don't understand the whole daddy thing. Like I
no,
don't.
no.
I
Let's
just don't.
let's just not, because that
Mm-mm.
creeps me the fuck out.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, this is my life now. This is my existence. Listening to this and
Attention to you,
Um,
Stan.
I tell you what, let's go ahead and get some good mornings in. Then we'll pull Tennessee Marine in. So, and this will be a quick one. Good morning, Bruni. Good morning, Stan Ulch. Good morning, TM. Good morning, one of our immortals, Ghost Dog 999. That's it.
Good morning,
Hello.
Bernie. Good morning, Stan Ulch. Good morning, TM. Good morning, Ghost Dog. No, no,
Hey,
no.
coming in at the last minute, Buzz of the Hive.
Sliding in.
Hamburger.
Good morning,
Sliding
Buzz.
in.
Bing.
Sliding in like honey.
Ah, there we go.
And
Okay.
a very
And,
good morning to all of you.
and
And
good
how you doing? Echo watching, man.
and good morning, TM. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. How about you all?
We're keeping our head above water, making our way when we can. Temporary layoffs, good times.
Yeah, I was just having a kind of cool conversation with some people on an after stream, and I was like, "Oh, please let Doc and Kadunt be streaming it," and popped over to YouTube, and there you are. So
How you doing, TM?
I'm doing all right. I believe I'll be finishing the last of my St. Patrick's Day booze, but then after that, it's cold turkey, bye-bye drinking Tennessee Marine till next St. Patrick's Day, and hopefully we're all here for it.
Hey, we could be.
Before I do my morning, I'm going to dip out because I have to try to sleep.
Oh, it's been forever since I talked to you, man.
I'm a wholly depressing individual, but I will be around a little bit longer in the evenings after I get my medicine.
I was about to say, you should hear me drunk if you think you're depressing. Good lord.
I've
You
heard you
should
drunk
hear
before.
me. You should hear me on a bipolar downswing.
Okay, I wasn't trying to turn this into a dick measuring contest, Jesus, because we all know you bought yours. That's just unfair.
Hey, you know what? Bought and paid for, bitch, and I'll still unzip and swap you with it. Bam.
Well, guess
But,
what? Yours might vibrate, but mine can do tricks.
Hey, you know what? We can have a sword fight and see who wins.
all I can think about now is the smallest, saddest little dick with sad googly eyes on it.
Well, why do I imagine Kadunt has a strap on that has a chainsaw that can clip onto it instead.
Jesus
Doc,
Christ.
you're not supposed to give away my secrets.
Oh,
You know what?
Hey.
You know what? I put mine up against anybody's. Let's do this shit. Bring that chainsaw cock on.
Run.
by the way,
Music intensifies.
good morning to Ghost Man, Goat Man in the chat. Jesus Christ! Oh yeah,
Go, man.
I remember English.
Run, nigga, nigga,
Hmm.
I heard that, Karan.
nigga. Don't touch me, watch.
Does your strap on have a little hood for it?
Anyway, Kadun, did you see the flute thing that I did send you? We're hoping that you would catch it this evening.
I have been pretty much internet dark all day.
I know. Just when you get a chance, watch it because it's adorable.
Okay.
By the way, I put the picture that I was coloring for the last 4 hours into the general. So
I just imagine it was the Skeletor voice.
It's
Most things are better with the Skeletor voice. Most things.
I always like that He-Man never had a good comeback in his whole life. Because Skeletor would be like, "Yeah, I will get you, He-Man," and he just looks at him and goes, "I don't think so, bonehead."
Well,
That
most
joke
well, I
was
mean,
absolutely terrible.
he is a blonde. They're not exactly known for being quick-witted, I suppose.
They're not.
Yeah, I don't think that's why they invite him to all the Wesson Oil parties.
No, sadly, I don't believe so.
And we won't go into the origin as to why Cringer was named Cringer. It wasn't because he was afraid. It was because of the alternative lifestyle that He-Man introduced him to. It terrified him.
Could be even worse there, Stan, if it was a foreskin mask.
You know, at this point, with everybody being quarantined, I really don't give a fuck about what people are doing behind their own closed doors. So now I have even more of a reason not to, because there's been some crazy fucking stories, man.
Oh,
See, I'm boring. Like in quarantine, I'm just trying to teach somebody how to play Diablo 3.
Oh God, stop talking. God. I mean, hi everybody.
hey, gaming.
Head out.
Are you feeling better?
See you guys later.
You sound better.
Yeah, I feel way better.
I'm glad to hear it.
Buffoon will be around more often later.
Watch, is there anything that you would like to shill before you go to wherever you're going?
Well, Dungeons and Shenanigans, the D&D channel that I ran, the person who I've been helping figure out how the hell to DM ran their first session.
Uh-huh.
They did okay.
Yeah.
I really need to forcibly teach them how to work the audio levels on Streamlabs, or I will lose my shit. Because they're like at a 10 volume and everybody else is at like a 4. So it's like, introduce your characters.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
And they're trying to tell me
ASMR?
if they turn up the volume of the people, they will basically have an echo. And I'm sitting here like, okay, don't do that. Turn yourself down and leave their audio level up. But then nobody can hear me. No, that's not how Streamlabs works. God damn it. But no, they're good people. I just got to teach them how to use Streamlabs, because right now I don't think they get how that part works. The fact that there's 2 audio sliders, one works for everybody else's audio, one works for your mic, and your Discord audio is not the same as your Streamlabs audio.
Hey, I can't fault them, man. I've been on Discord for a while, and I still don't understand how to use it from time to time. So,
Well, it's just me
What's-
teaching more people to use Streamlabs and OBS.
What's technology?
that's why I be a guest on people's shows, because they nice enough to invite little old me on.
Cause that's what your little cousins do when they're working.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And he
And
just bounced.
Any coon vanished.
Yep.
Let's get a little bit of business out of the way, shall we? Tonight is night 3, since we missed a night. It is night 3 of Gulf City Outlaws championship reign as Intergender Champion of the World. Now, of course, he's already in the Hall of the Immortals, but he could become a two-time if he can hold that belt for 9 consecutive shows. And we wish him the best of luck for that. That's how we dress up our Stream Boss battles. Let me give a wrench, because Dungeons and Shenanigans, I'm sure that's watch. Just went ahead and put that into the chat. So let me go over and I'll do a quick sub.
Yeah, and while people are wrenching, or while Doc is wrenching, people click the name, go to channel, and subscribe, get notifications if you're into that sort of thing.
There. Okay, I'm good with that. Also, tonight we'll be drawing for the official Insomnia Ramble Stream embroidered beanie. That's right, the prize that you're seeing right there on the screen on the right. That's what we're giving away tonight. And there's 3 ways that you can do this. You guys probably already know. Everybody's family here now. That's in the chat, watching and listening. But I'll go over it just real quick. The first way is, if you're one of my enablers, that means if you throw money at me on my Patreon, you get an automatic entry into any contest that we ever do, because you're helping to support my alcoholism, and I certainly appreciate that. The second way, of course, is any $5 donation or greater gets you an entry into the drawing that's going to happen at the end of tonight. Now, unfortunately, and I've emailed back and forth continuously with Streamlabs, and apparently and I'm not going to do this until I know definitively that it's going to work. But I read a whole bunch of different Reddits, and they were talking about this 500 error, and everybody is seeming to say that you have to unlink everything and then link it back up again. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm going to see actually what they have to say. I'm gonna get it straight from the horse's mouth. And so we'll figure out what Streamlabs is going to tell me to do in order to get this fixed. But once I do get that fixed, I owe a lot of people some reads. So once I can actually be able to see what you guys wrote along with your donos, I'm going to pretend like Medicare and just read them all off at once. That said, we do have the phrase that pays this evening. I believe it's been posted in the ward. I think it's also been posted in on Der Twitters. So it's floating around, people. If you want to get the free entry, every night we have the phrase that pays. And anytime you hear either myself or Cadunt say this phrase, you just send me a DM saying the phrase that pays. But we have to say it in order for you to be able to enter the contest. So we're not going to mention what the phrase that pays is. Hopefully you guys can look it up in the places that I just suggested. And then when you hear it, get your free entry because we're drawing it tonight. Okay, all the business out. Kadant?
Yes, sir. Sorry. I have a tiny human who's apparently using my roommate as a practice makeup doll.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what? My niece is actually not bad with makeup.
Oh, little humans.
Yeah, she's a tiny human.
Wow. The one thing I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, so I might as well go ahead and post this. Everybody and their fucking mom has talked about this, but I had read this in one of the trades. Marvel Comics is releasing New Warriors.
Oh.
And
do we have to?
No.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that, and I'm not a big comic book guy, and I even heard about that shit throughout. Even though there's a quarantine and all this other shit, I still read about that. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, it's not good. Now, I'll go ahead just for shits and giggles and post the entire team. But the one that really got me, and this was the one where the fucking LGBT jumped in and said, no, this is stupid. It's a sibling. They're supposedly twins, but they don't look like twins.
Mm-hmm.
And they go by the name of Snowflake and Safe Space. Safe Space is supposedly your stereotypical jock. And his power is to project pink force fields around other people. He cannot project them on himself. He can only project them for others. And the other one is known as non-binary, and is called the pronouns are they and them. And this person makes shurikens out of snowflakes, and her name or his name or its name is Snowflake.
Zur's name.
Yeah, what they've been hinting is the fact that these are brothers.
And
And
they're not a parody either. This is not like a bit. This is not, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Mhm.
You know what? They're trying to come out with new characters, because people have been bitching. Why you gotta make old characters gay? Why you gotta change them up? And so they're actually like listening and doing that. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how good it goes. If it winds up being a shitty storyline, then it's a shitty storyline, and that's that. But I'm not going to rip into how bad the characters are or are not, just because of the fact that, like, you know, they're
I got a question.
seeable.
I got a question for Kadunt.
What's your question?
Kadunt, question in the back. Yes, Miss Kadunt. If this was any kind of thing else and not just like LGBTQ LMNOP type thing, and you had just Marvel or DC characters that was this fucking lame and stupid and shitty, would people not make fun of it normally?
Well, the thing, it depends on and here's the only way my stance would change on it is if people hadn't already been bitching about why you got to give these characters this or that. Like, why can't you just create new characters that already have this or that? So if people have been bitching about, like, oh, why can't you, like, have a character that, like, tosses snowflakes as shuriken?
Because it's stupid.
And
yeah, I was gonna say,
no, obviously it's stupid and a stupid power, but who knows? Maybe it ties into the story well enough, and maybe they can do that. But like, I'm not gonna. I'll rip into the characters for being dumb and having dumb powers, you know.
Like,
But
I
that's
just think,
like, I don't care about the fact that, like, they're trying to, you know, pander to the alphabet audience.
But see,
I don't care
but
about
see,
that.
here's the thing, Kadun. They're pandering to an audience which barely exists,
especially for comics.
For comic book readers. It's a very, 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 very low percentage, and they're trying to play to these woke demographics that don't buy comic books in the first place. If they did, Image would have never gone under, because Image was the first comic book company that got all woke, and people stopped buying their books in droves because they weren't catering to what the comic book fan is. Now, it may be cliched, but most comic book fans are male. Most comic book fans are in a demographic from about 16 to 28. And I mean, I even went ahead and I posted the entire new team of the new Warriors.
Cursed Image.
Oh my God. They've got one guy who is called Screen Time, and he was accidentally exposed to experimental internet gas. Let that sink in just for a minute. Experimental internet gas.
No. I don't even need a minute. Like, I'm glad that Kaduna is kind of like trying to see the silver lining through all this. But look, if this, like, you remove the whole pandering LGBTQAI, LMNOP, Barney is all our friend, yay type shit away from this, they're just shitty fucking characters. And why? Like, the thing that's going to kill me the most is that the criticism for this comic, for these characters, is going to be like, well, you just hate gay and lesbian people and trans people and women of color and people of color and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, they're just shitty fucking characters, and they're written shittily, and they have stupid fucking powers. So yeah, I'm going to talk shit about them, not because of who they want to stick their non-binary genitals around.
By the way, good morning to Shamus Darby. But I mean, literally, what this character has no superpowers. Zero. No superpowers. The only thing he has the power to do is he can instantly Google any fact. That's his power.
So he's a smartphone, or he's like a normal, average teenager in any like first world nation. That's the superpower.
I don't know what he is, but I mean, basically, if somebody pulls out a gun on you and you automatically, access, hey, that's a Walther PPK. That's not going to help.
I was about to say, like, imagine you're getting mugged, exactly, almost like your scenario. Like, hold on, let me pull out my iPhone 12. I've got this bad guy. Google says I should pow pow. It's wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think maybe the whole coronavirus thing isn't a bad idea.
Oh well, they're getting ready to fuck over comics retailers too, but that's another story. There's another character called B negative, and they wanted to make a living vampire character like Morbius. We
already have it. Jared Leto's going to play him, isn't he? Or has that been canceled?
That hasn't been taken off the schedule and put into turnaround, so it's still a go. But we'll see what happens in this upcoming year.
We may all be dead. Yeah, we may all be dead.
But this one is a vampire goth kid. So there you go.
Hot Topic, the comic book character.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then the last one.
Oh, my favorite.
Oof.
My favorite. My favorite.
I don't even know what ethnicity she is, but she got her powers from her grandfather, who gave her a magic backpack that is actually a dimensional pocket. That has
now, like, I could fuck with that, to be honest, Doc. Like, all right, you got this magical backpack that's like a dimensional pocket. That's not horrible. I could fuck with that idea.
Well, it's like she's running around with a bag of holding, except for this bag of holding was made by Warner Brothers, because she can reach in and pull anything out of it. Not necessarily something useful.
So she's like Wile E. Coyote, only a woman of color and fat?
Yeah, with a magic backpack.
With a magic backpack. So, like, if Dora the Explorer just ate a bunch of,
of her exploring friends?
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out what ethnicity she is.
Lot of chalupas. I'm going to say, based upon... Okay, let me... She's not going to be black, but she's going to be black and Latino.
So
Black
like Miles Morales?
Yeah. Well, yes, Miles Morales. Yep.
Miles was good, and the good thing about Miles was the fact that he was a three-dimensional character. The first thing
he was well written and actually had some thought behind his origin story, and he actually had some charm to his character.
Yeah, it's not like the first thing he said coming out of his mouth was, "Hey, I'm ethnic."
Yeah, fuck that white Spider-Man. I'm the new Spider-Man. No, he was actually a fun character. And if you're on the, I don't know, if you're right-leaning or whatever, I challenge you to watch the animated Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Man multiverse movie.
Into the multiverse?
Into the multiverse?
That was damn entertaining.
Yes, it was a damn good movie. It was fucking fun. Yeah, they had a female Spider-Man and Miles Morales, and like the original Spider-Man kind of became frumpy and kind of older and everything, but it was still a damn good movie. It was fucking fun.
They even had Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham.
I know, dude. That was a fun movie. I don't even care. Call me a fucking libtard cuck all you want. That was a fun movie.
Now, that was a movie that comic book fans actually enjoyed. Unlike anything DC's put out for the past 7 or 8 years.
Wait, why would the right have any problems with that movie?
Because, man, they have to replace the white man with a fucking person of color, man.
I haven't heard a single Republican or right-wing, regular right-wing person has ever said that.
Thank God you haven't, because I'm sure that they're out there.
Gaming. I haven't seen one.
Gaming. The only pushback that I ever heard about the movie was, why do all the male Spider-Men have to be idiots and Gwen does everything right?
I
That
have
was
heard
the
that. In
only
fact,
argument. That's the only
You know,
argument I heard. And I'm like,
didn't even see it. I didn't even see that. I didn't see it.
what?
back when I still had a Twitter, I believe I saw a couple of those little Kekistani 1488 type fellas bitching about like, why do they have to replace the white Spider-Man with bullshit? I think I vaguely remember seeing that.
Well, even what Spider-Man 2099?
Yep.
He's Hispanic.
Yep.
And there's no problem with him because the stories were decent. Because the thing is, they didn't make the classification of you are this and then you are a hero. It's like you are a hero. Whatever your personal experiences that came into the mix is what helped to make you better, but it didn't define you as a hero. Defining yourself as a hero is somebody who goes out and puts themselves at risk to keep others from harm. And I don't care what you do in your bedroom, how you identify, all of that shit does not have race or gender or religion linked to it. A hero can go straight across the board. There is no place on the spectrum where it can't be.
Yep. And as far as like criticisms of like, why are all the men dumb? There was one movie, and groan if you must, but there was one movie where I kind of saw that, and it was the female Ghostbusters movie, where it was kind of like all of the dudes are fucking morons, but yet these 4 women are just super smart and they're the bestest in the world type shit. Now that movie I could kind of see, but the Spider-Man movie with Into the Multiverse and whatever, that was fine. Like Miles was written really well. The original Spider-Man was written really well. It was just a good fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, he had an uncle who was a bad uncle, but he had a dad who was a cop. You know,
I like the dynamic. Instead of making your uncle die and being raised by your aunt and everything, like you have a mom and a dad, but your uncle is actually a fucking villain and everything. It was an interesting dynamic. It was well written, hence why I didn't see a problem with it.
Well, and here's the thing too. They took the Spider-Man origin and updated it. And there are a few people who caught it, but it was, yes, somebody had to die in order for Spider-Man to become Spider-Man. I mean, for real, to take on the mantle, to be serious about being a hero.
Well, I do think that that's an overplayed tripe. That's a very the sad origin story of someone you caring about dying is a very overplayed thing in comic and especially in movies.
Yeah, but it was a good homage to the original Spider-Man origin. It wasn't the exact same origin, but it was similar enough to where you could feel whatever angst that this kid was having, that pushed him into the realm of overcoming, being the hero that he needed to be. By the way, good morning, Jay the Magic Robot, and good morning, 3-4 Yoda. But yeah, they're just trying to repackage and sell all this crap when we need to get good writers back onto the books that we know and that we love. I mean, there are people out there who are dedicated, that are dyed-in-the-wool comic artists and comic writers. That's all they want to do. That was their goal in life. Just like people who watch Star Trek said, okay, I want to join NASA. But they can't live the dream now unless they fit, I'm not even going to call it a stereotype, but they fit into this kind of woke category. And, I'm sure Marvel heard the phrase, go woke, go broke.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing right now. They're projected, both them and DC are projected to close their doors, to no longer publish comic books by the end of 2020. And
well, as long as you have comics like this with fucking little fucking Snowflake and Safe Space and Trailblazer Woman fucking Fat Dora the Explorer and everything else.
Big
Like,
negative.
it's just no, dude. Like, these are just like, okay, Trailblazer, like I said, magical backpack. That's basically what's the D&D term? A bag of holding or whatever the fuck it is? Because I know it's a D&D term, I think, or isn't it?
Yeah, bag of holding is a D&D term.
Yeah, I thought so. Like, I'm a little bit of a nerd in that sense. I've never played D&D, but I know a few things about them. But so basically, she's was gifted a bag of holding from her grandfather and can pull out like cartoonish shit from it. That's an interesting dynamic. But she's in a lineup full of just bleh. Like, fuck. Like, I wouldn't care if these were like normal Spider-Man, Superman type characters that were just cut and copy of, you know, whatever else is popular. Like, it's fucked up. Like, they're just silly and stupid, and it's lame, and the world's going to end anyways, and we're going to be left with shitty comics and bad movies.
Well, now, I started this whole thing just so I can lead into this other thing. Yesterday, a person that I call friend, by the name of Blackout,
Good dude.
he is the gentleman who created all the meme heads that you ever seen me use for any of the graphics that I make up for IRS or Doctor on Call. He basically was the first person to ever give a face to the Doc Griffin persona. Yesterday, he did a stream and he opened up an Indiegogo campaign to see if he can get funded 2 30-page comics. And the brand label that he's using is Smashed Comics. And Smashed Comics is like the old 60s, 70s. You know, kind of like the Freak Brothers and Mr. Natural and all the R. Crumb stuff. It's basically an adults only book. And then he also is doing another one which features himself, Killing Joker, and Disky Fringo as the lead characters, and that one's called Nobodies. And he went and set up for the campaign. There's 29 days left if you guys want to donate. He had a very small goal. He had $384. And as it stands right now, he's funded 229%. People have given over $881 for it.
Wow. That's impressive.
So yeah, he's a very talented artist. He's also a really good guy. And so, yeah, there are people. There is a if you pay $51, you get 2 copies of each one, and you also get written into the comic book, because the comic book's going to be released on October. This October. I did a buy-in for it, which I did a dumb thing for a good reason. I kind of emptied the bank account for it, but it's well worth it, because the shit that he set me up with, and he did everything gratis. He was just like, I like drawing this character, so he set me up with a shit ton of meme heads, and basically he drew the little head that you see down at the bottom of your screen. He drew all of that, and I'm like, yeah, I think I think dropping coin on him is not only a good thing, it's something that I feel that I felt I was honor bound to do, because he was the first artist that immortalized me, or at least immortalized Doc Griffin. And so, yeah, I put the link in the chat. The link is also in the ward. Even though the goal's been met, you don't have a copy reserved, do you? So you can throw money at him. Like, I think it's like $10, and you'll get sent a physical copy. There are no digital copies. This is a comic book you're going to be able to hold in your hand. This is a comic book you're going to be able to flip through the damn pages. You know, wet those fingers.
So he met his goal?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Blackout's an amazingly talented artist and one hell of a guy. So I'm happy to hear that he's doing good and actually getting what he always worked towards.
And
awesome.
He also put in a stretch goal that if he does make 1,000 USD, he's also going to throw in a one-shot comic to everybody who buys in. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I'm sincerely happy to hear that. He's a damn good guy and damn talented. It's good that good things happen to good people.
Well, here's a cool thing. That one shot is not him. It's Lord Byron.
Nicer.
It's his book, Terry Tough Cunt. And if you guys know Byron's sense of humor,
Boy, cunt.
and you like his sense of humor, you'll love the book.
Nice.
I've seen some of his work. I was supposed to do lettering, and then things got fuckered up, and he got booted off of Twitter, so I wasn't able to get back to pulling sheets off for his Bogan Ronin series. But yeah, there's some talented people out there, and damn it, people, go ahead, support them. If you were going to drop a dono on me tonight, please run it over his way.
Well, one of the best things too about Blackout is I can speak for this personally. Behind the scenes, you know, when the microphones are not live and he's not on stream or anything else, he is sincerely a fucking stand-up sweetheart of a guy. Never gets into anyone else's bullshit. Never gets caught up in the drama and all this other nonsense. He's a stand-up, good, sweethearted fucking dude who's amazingly talented, and it's awesome to hear that, you know, this is going on for him and that he's actually following through with what he's talked about doing for so long. So
yeah,
definitely go support him, because out of all the people you could give money to, all of these anonymous online people that are just a voice and an avatar, but I mean, not him, he actually comes on camera, but out of all the people you could throw money to online, he definitely deserves it more than most, I would say. So
yeah, and honestly, out of the nobodies, I'm still friends with 2 out of the 3. So I am definitely willing to support them becoming immortalized in a comic book.
I think I'm cool with all 3. I don't know. One of them I hadn't talked to in forever, and I'm pretty sure it's the one missing out of your 3 of the 3. But whatever, shit happens, you know.
Yeah, hey, you know, we went our separate ways, but I'm still of the opinion, you know, like when he went in for his triple bypass, you know, I wished him best of health.
Yeah, after I lost my Twitter account, I lost contact with a lot of people, so I don't know where I stand with quite a few people, but it's one of those things. I'm not going to stand in the way of one of the people, even though I know Lord Byron, not Lord Byron, fuck.
Blackout?
Disky.
Oh,
No,
Disky.
Disky. I know Disky is a good guy too, but I'm not going to stand in the way of what I know for sure is who I consider a little brother. I'm not going to stand in his dreams or in front of his dreams or try and say you shouldn't donate or anything like that. But
well, shit. Yeah, so I encourage anybody who wants to get a good book that's definitely not going to be politically correct, go for it. The link's in the chat, the link's in the ward. Go and support him. Even though he's met the goal, there's no reason why you guys can't be a part of it and get a truly original comic.
Has he met his stretch goal yet?
Yeah, his first stretch goal was reached. So everybody gets a copy of Terry Tough Cunt.
No, so the $1,000 one.
Let's see. The stretch goal was 10,000 knock, which is $934. So they're at 881. So that's what, like a little over $50. And
Oh yeah, he'll get it. He'll get.
well, I hope so, because everybody was pretty enthusiastic yesterday, and I'm just like, you know what? I know what I got left in the bank. This is going to be economically a stupid move, but the food pantries aren't closed, so I'm going for it.
Yeah, like I said, for sure he'll reach it. For sure.
Yeah.
He's like I said, man. I'm not going to step in the way of someone actually following through with what they want to do for so long, just because I might not be cool with one dude, which I don't even think I'm not cool with the guy. So it doesn't matter. All three of them deserve it, especially Blackout. He's amazingly talented, and like I said, a fucking talented sweetheart of a guy behind the scenes and on live stream. So he definitely deserves it. Me personally, for what little it matters, I wish him nothing but the best, and I hope something really takes off because of all this.
Yeah, if nothing else, man, this is a brass ring that he's been wanting to grab for a long time. Even if it doesn't go any further than getting those 2 books out, he knows he's done something, and maybe that'll help to inspire to keep him going on. We did lose Cadunt for some reason, and I don't know why. I sent her a message. Oh, fuck. There we go. Okay. But yeah, I did want to slide that in because, you know, when Blackout started doing his streams, there was only like 2 or 3 people watching. And they were like his friends. And I had just gotten out of the hospital, I think, after the 2nd stroke. And I think I was watching him. I had come home and the doctor was like, well, you got to rest. It's just bed rest at this point. You got to rest. So I'm like, you know, I'm not really tired. You know, you get that extra energy when you get free from the hospital. And so you don't want to, you know, immediately go back to bed. And so I sat down and I was just flipping through live channels on YouTube. And there was Blackout drawing. And I'm always fascinated watching people draw. I mean, when Optic Decay started, I was there with when he was starting up his shows. And, you know, I'm just always fascinated by the creative process watching people draw. And so I was like maybe 3 or 4 people watching. And I was commenting back and forth with him. And he was just really friendly. I was just filling up the chat because nobody else was. And he found my avatar. And we started talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I like your avatar. I think it's cool." You know, no other words spoken. And then, like 2 or 3 days later, he sends me over the original one with me sitting behind a microphone with a glass of bourbon. And good God, I used that thing for a long time. And yeah, it made me feel like a proud papa, or at least a grinning fool uncle, because I was really happy with the fact that he was getting over.
Yeah, Optic Decay is another one. Amazingly talented, should be way above where they are right now. But the good ones go unnoticed sometimes, but I'm glad to see at least one person is actually having some good shit happen to them. That's awesome to hear, sincerely.
Well, I know that they had plans of doing a comic, and you remember that?
Yeah.
And that fucking crashed and burned. Although I did lobby to be a character in it.
Doc, I will tell you what I've told a couple of people before. You are ruining the taste of my Yingling, sir, and that's just a crime.
Why? This was when things were going good before the whole complete and total
Oh.
neighborhood breakdown.
Yeah, well, best not to reminisce about good old times when you can make some better future times,
Well,
I suppose.
yeah, but the character I was going to play with was going to be like a Commissioner Gordon character. It's just I'd have been drunk all the time and unintelligible.
Oh, so like me,
So,
most of the
the
time I've been
normal.
on your streams.
Yeah, very much.
Thank you, Gaming. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
I even
Thank you.
I even photoshopped my head onto a picture where Commissioner Gordon was on the roof talking to Batman, and I put my head on Commissioner Gordon, and I think I put Broski. Well, it was Batman and Robin, and I put Optic's head on Batman and Broski's head on Robin.
Mm.
And I said, "See,
imagine-
this could work."
I imagine it must be kind of hard to write slurs, not racial slurs, but like slurring words as a sober person only in text. You know what I mean? Like having to write someone slurring their words while you're completely sober.
Oh, dude, give me a couple of Ambien and about 40 minutes, and I can translate that.
Well, yeah, but having to write it yourself while you're stone cold sober must kind of suck. I can just imagine though a Commissioner Gordon being drunk, being like, "Listen here, goddammit. I'm tired of you disappearing every time I turn away, and I'm carrying on a conversation, and you're a fucking asshole because you always leave the conversation when I'm midway through my point, and then I say some shit and turn around and you're fucking gone. This is bullshit, all right? Batarang your ass to the motherfucking ground and sit here and listen to me talk, goddammit."
I think my character would be more like Batman. Man, shit's fucked. Joker, go get him.
I think if there was a drunk Commissioner Gordon, I think he would just outright say, like, "Why don't you just kill this fucking guy already?" You know, like.
Yeah. Jason Todd, after he got blowed up and came back as Red Hood, that was his main goal: catch Joker and blow his head off. And Batman's like, "We don't kill people."
And fucking Batman's a filthy fucking liar.
Well, I mean, it is kind of bullshit. I mean, and I've always had this problem with any kind of, especially Superman and like, well, not so much Captain America, because I mean, he was a legit soldier who killed Nazis, but especially like the newer versions of Superman and Captain America, especially, but also some of the old iterations of Batman's where it's like, okay, we're gonna put these criminals in a super jail. You know, Batman had Arkham Asylum. Superman had the fucking what was it? The God, I'm gonna say this wrong, but like the Nexus Zone or the Neutral Zone or something like that. The interdimensional prison that was locked away from everywhere else. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
You mean the Phantom Zone?
The Phantom Zone. I think that might have been it. It was something zone. But anyways,
yeah, but that was done by the Kryptonians.
Yeah,
their world.
Yeah, that was a Superman deal.
My bad. I said it was Superman that did that. But anyways, my point being, and Captain America did this shit too, where he just locked people up. All of these fucking guys locked these criminals up, these metahumans or whatever continuity you want to go in. And at the same time, it's like, you do realize if you just killed these guys, and because they escape all the fucking time because comic books have to keep on going. If you just killed them, like, yeah, it would ruin your continuity and ruin future issues of your comics, of course. But if they actually wanted to protect people, why not just fucking kill them instead of locking them up in a place where they're eventually going to escape from? I've never understood the whole non-killing evil super villains and shit. Never understood it.
Because once you kill somebody, then it puts you on their level. That was the logic.
Which is bullshit logic. Like, okay, if you're coming from a place of trying to protect innocent life, you have to know whether you're Superman, Captain America, or fucking Batman. You have to know that once these people get out of prison, they're going to kill more people. And eventually they're going to escape because they fucking always do. And I understand that's a whole comic books dynamic of you need future storylines to write about. Yeah, I understand that and why they didn't do it in comic books. But if we're talking about like the Batman movies where fucking Nolan directed, you know, where it was more realistic and everything with a realistic Joker and Batman and everything. If you didn't just fucking kill the bad guys instead of trying to lock them up, like, okay, fuck your moral ambiguity here. Like, they literally would not be able to kill anybody else. So, you know, if your ultimate goal is to protect human life and innocent people, you have to know that killing these crazy psychotic motherfuckers that only want to kill people, if you killed the people that want to kill people, you know, there'd be probably more people, innocent people alive. I'm just saying that's my take on it, but
Well, I mean, supposedly Batman in his 70+ year run has only killed like 15 people. Now, Superman has killed billions.
Doc, I hate to interrupt, but it's in the chat and I got to point this out. Seamus just now pointed out, I like the Punisher theory. Kill them all, they won't kill anymore. Thank you. Yes, like what the Punisher did. You're an evil crime fucking dude who fucking sells children to sex slavery and all this sort of shit. Guess what? You're gonna fucking die. I'm gonna fucking kill you. You're an evil dude, you get dead. You get killed. Fuck it. End of story. Boom. No more bad guys. I like that.
Well, yeah, he was a street level hero. And so he went street. And you can't really fault him for it because he didn't have any superpowers. He just had access to a lot of guns.
Also a Marine.
Yeah. Oh. The only thing that really gets me is when he was first introduced and they did his origin story. Everybody should know his origin story by now if you've read any Punisher. He was having a picnic in Central Park and he went to the car to get something that they forgot. And unfortunately, his wife and his kids saw a mob hit go down in Central Park. And, you know, the mob, no witnesses, so they gunned down his wife and children. He was initially introduced as Frank Castiglione.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then they started getting feedback saying, well, that's too ethnic. So they changed it when he got his own series and his name became Frank Castle. I thought that's kind of a weird moray that
Doc, and also gaming. So I was about to ask something that was going to be kind of offensive since you're a older gentleman, but I do believe we're all old enough to remember to be able to answer the question that I'm about to ask. Out of all the Punishers, the original, the dude who, oh God, what was his? He's been in other movies, but like he's one of those actors that you just see, but you don't really care about that much. There was that movie, and then there was the super bloody movie with the guy who was I'd see all their faces, but they've always had actors besides the first one. All right, which is your favorite Punisher out of all the movies?
I can answer that easily. None of them. I haven't seen none of those movies, and I haven't even seen the show.
Well, you just suck at life gaming. Anyways, Doc, please tell me you've seen the Punisher movies.
Yeah, I've seen them all, and I own them all.
Okay, thank God. Okay, what was the second one? Not the most recent one where it was like super bloody, and you had the guy who was like, he had that famous scene where he stuck a pencil in his nose and like repositioned his nose bone. You know that scene?
No.
Oh, God
By the
damn it.
way, that's called a septum.
Was that
Yeah.
in War Journal
Yes, War Journal.
or War Zone? Yeah,
War Zone. It was War something.
Yeah. That was Ray Stevenson. I thought he did a pretty good older Frank Castle. You know, he looked a little more worn out. Like
Okay.
he'd been doing it for a real long time and it was all
Doc,
winding down.
Doc, this is why I love you. I just now Wikipedia'd this shit, and yes, Ray Stevenson was in the most recent Punisher film. He played the older looking one. The dude I was thinking of is fucking Thomas Jane. That's the movie that I remember, where he's like, it wasn't as violent, but it had fucking what's his fucking face?
It had John Travolta as the villain.
John Travolta in it, but the original one was Dolph motherfucking Lundgren.
Yeah. And did you know that most of those fight scenes weren't actually choreographed and people got hurt like a motherfucker on that movie?
Dolph Lundgren's a big old boy, especially back in the day. I think when that movie came out, he was in his 30s or 40s, and he was still he was Billy Badass back then.
Yeah. I won't say that's my favorite Punisher movie, but it has my it has my favorite Punisher line in it, where Louis Gossett Jr. goes, "What the hell do you call 125 counts of murder?" And, you know, Lundgren pauses and goes, "A work in progress."
Yeah, yeah, I remember that scene. I didn't care too much for the Thomas Jane movie. I really didn't. Even though I like John Travolta as a villain, and I just kind of like John Travolta in movies, period, to be honest with you. I think he's a pretty good actor. But Thomas Jane was, like, the storyline was fucked up because he had that love interest with his apartment mate, and he tried to become friends with the nerdy white dude and the fat Latino guy and the hot blonde chick. He had a love interest or whatever with her, and she was getting beat up by like ex-boyfriends and shit. I just didn't care for the movie plot wise, and I don't think Thomas Jane really pulled it off that well. But Punisher Warzone, who was the guy who did that? Steve something?
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson. I actually like that movie. Thinking back to it,
He's
bloody.
He's a big Billy Badass, and if you look at the Dolph Lundgren movie compared to Warzone, there are scenes directly lifted from the Lundgren version that were done way better and way more violent. Like like when he comes in to kill the mob bosses who are sitting around the family table.
Well, Dolph Lundgren's a little bit before my time, just a little bit. But that movie still stands on its own, but I think it would be way better if it was portrayed nowadays with someone that could actually pull off the tough guy. Which, I mean, I don't know if you guys ever saw the Netflix series, but I think the dude from The Walking Dead, John Bernthal or whatever his name is.
Bernthal, yeah.
Bernthal, I think he did a great Punisher. I think he outclassed all the other ones, but also it's a television show, so he had more screen time and everything else. But out of all the three actual movies, yeah, Warzone and the original are right up there. But the original with Dolph Lundgren, very fucking dated. Even though it still stands up, it's still fucking dated, especially some of those visual effects.
Well, I mean, everything was done in camera. And
Yep.
a lot of people got fucking hurt because they're like, well, we'll just improv the fight scenes on the day. And more than the stuntmen got damaged. Matter of fact, I think Lundgren was walking around in a hidden leg cast because somebody broke his foot.
Yeah.
But you know, if I was going to rank them, I like John Bernthal the best. Then Ray Stevenson. Then Dolph Lundgren and Thomas Jane. But Thomas Jane doing that little short he did called "Dirty Laundry." If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube, and it is how can I describe this? Basically, somebody decided to make Marvel Universe short films, and it's this guy named Adi Shankar. Adi Shankar also is the dude who funded and got the movie Dread made.
Okay.
Wait, can I interrupt?
Good morning, Addie. You sure can.
I was just wondering if Zell is hidden somewhere, whispering into both of your ears, because the conversation sounds a lot like Zell. Ugh.
I haven't seen Zell around for a while. I mean,
Sorry, Matt. I dropped on here to originally talk about coronavirus, and we got into comics, and here we are talking about the Punisher.
well, Addie does not worry about the coronavirus. He's already bunkered.
That's fair.
Yeah. Sometime in the very near future, I'm going to have to leave this stream and go get cigarettes, which means I'm going to see a dirty stranger that's crawling with virus.
Yeah, well, if it's cold enough, just gloves. That'll help. It's funny. I ordered a hiking backpack from China, and I read like the coronavirus can stay active on inorganic surfaces up to 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I'm happy then because it takes like 4 fucking weeks for anything to get from China to here. So,
You know, I actually had a kind of similar situation, only it was much more close to home. I'm good on supplies, I really am. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Since I've got time and money, I might as well go and order some like baby wipes and shit, just for the hell of it. So I did. And I bought 4 big ass bags of it, of like 100 count each. And I looked on the back and it said made in China. And I was like, son of a motherfucking bitch.
nice. I think my favorite thing was that one guy who went out and bought he bought out places with sanitizer and toilet paper.
Sanitizer. And he was from Tennessee. That wasn't me.
But yeah, I saw the end of that story because he got kicked off of Amazon for trying to price gouge, and then the police apparently showed up and took his shit and passed it out to like homeless shelters and stuff.
Yeah, all of his shit got donated, which as the resident person from Tennessee, I just want to apologize for that cunt. But at the same time, I mean, I don't hate the hustle, but at the same time, you're kind of a fucking cunt for doing it. But, I'm glad all of this shit is donated now to churches and places that'll give it out freely. But, I mean, the dude did buy all the shit and then basically, because of laws, is going to get fucked. But, I mean, he's a cunt, but he's an industrious cunt, I guess.
Well, he was trying to charge 3 to 4 times the amount of what he paid.
Hence why I called him a cunt.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they got him on like the same thing you get scalpers on. I think that's what it was.
I don't know. The thing is, Amazon, one of my favorite companies, is being a complete hypocrite when it comes to these things, because they say they're banning all of these accounts and they're not allowing this to happen. Any of you go right now to Amazon, type in N95, and you will find masks that are 20, 50 times more expensive than they were to buy resale when there wasn't a demand for them.
Yeah.
They're doing nothing to prevent this. Or if they are, they're doing a piss poor job.
Yeah, they're not doing anything unless people raise a big stink about it. That's pretty much it. The shit they aren't doing. Wait a minute. Is that true? Oh, no, that was the one a while back. A buddy of mine posted the live version of Monty Python sings their best with the London Philharmonic Symphony. And that was like years ago. But I was like, man, if they're going around touring, that'd be something fun to go see. Stan says cultural appropriation tastes great. Yeah, I didn't have any worries about it because a buddy of mine, when we were helping to do mason work, we were required to wear respirators, and when I tried to give mine back, he's like, no, keep it. You might need it later. It's like, well, guess I might now. Although it's funny, every time I went into the hospital, I would cop a handful of those masks that had the little plastic shields on them too. They're just like they're just like surgical masks, but they've got like glued on the top of the mask a face shield.
Well, you know, all of the face masks that you can get, at least from the civilian market, probably won't protect you against shit, especially against this, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I've got the whole gimmick with a respirator with changeable HEPA filter, all that shit. But,
well, just to be black pilled for a minute, and be Mr. Doom and Gloom. To be honest, if you've went out in public, interacted with people, touched anything in public, whether it's a door or a buggy or a shopping cart or a receipt or especially money, we're all probably fucked. Unless you literally come home and get inside a tent and fucking decontaminate yourself like they do in biological labs, we're probably already fucked.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
Yeah, I've always been under the opinion I'll deal with it when and if it comes, but I will. I will not.
All three of us, especially because we're all smokers, we're all fucked. All three of us right now in this conversation, we're super fucked.
Well, I am taking no vaccine unless I actually get it. Then they can shoot me. But
yeah, a vaccine. Good luck. Talk to me in 2022 when they actually come out with one.
It's just like the flu vaccine. I refuse to take it. I refuse because every time I get vaccinated, or every time I used to get vaccinated with it, I'd end up sick, and I'd have the flu like really bad.
Yeah, imagine a flu times 50. But
dude,
I was gonna ask.
I'm living on borrowed time anyway. Who gives a fuck?
Well, dude, I'm 29. I still got plenty of years of swinging dick and having fun, and I just now don't let today's or this morning's stream be an indication. I am quitting drinking. I'm literally just emptying out my little mini fridge of all of my St. Patrick's Day festivities, you could say, before the shit kicks off, because it's kind of hard to be drunk and shoot unless you're in like the Civil War or Revolutionary War, which those were muskets.
No, that's what shotguns are for.
Mm-hmm.
Spray and pray.
I do have plenty of shotguns, but still, that's not the point. I want to be sober when I take a man's life. Until I am drinking out of the skull of a dead looter that I carved out of, and I'm currently filling full of moonshine, I'm going to be sober for the igloo.
Well, it's funny because this is one of the last neighborhoods that is going to get raided. They're going to go to the affluent neighborhoods before they come here.
Oh, you mean like Sir Adamantine's neighborhood?
Yeah.
God, son of a bitch.
I'm just saying, homie.
Yeah.
But hey, Addie, don't feel bad. I just bought a house, so I'll be in the affluent neighborhood and probably by the end of by the middle of next month. So I'll be in the affluent neighborhood too.
By the way, good morning to Nacho Damas.
At least the roving gangs here will be Somalis, and they don't know how to use guns, and they can probably barely use knives, so they'll make for easy target.
Well, see, that's the bad thing about having like, because I mean, me and you have talked about this several times about my place being the zombie apocalypse place. I think I might have overestimated my abilities because the roving gang of looters are probably going to be all country boys who know how to hunt and or probably veterans. And at this point, I'm just like, look, I'm looking forward to the point to where I just say, fuck it. I get me a little fucking buggy gimp that can just drive my little fucking buggy around to places and just rob and loot and pillage and everything else to my heart's consent or to my heart's content. So fuck it. Until that day comes, I'm just gonna try and listen to the letter of the law and not fuck with people and try to isolate myself as much as I can. But you know, this is the type of virus that, like, if anything could kill off or at least severely fuck up the entire world, this is the virus to do it. So
I missed.
but then again, I'm a smoker, so I'm probably already fucked because apparently this attacks your lungs like a son of a bitch. And yeah, I've been smoking since I was like, I don't know, 12, 13, somewhere around in there. Seriously, since I was 16-year-old kid. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I've lived past my point of usefulness. So, hey guys,
Wow,
I'm gonna go mute for just a minute. So,
I was trying to be all doom and gloom, and here fucking Doc is like, well, I'm already ready to die. I don't care if I live.
But I
Great. Well, Addie, how's it going up in your neck of the woods there, sir?
Yeah. It's amazing how much shit they've closed. You know, you've heard of the Mall of America, right?
Yeah, of course.
I only live a few miles away from that. They've closed it. That's a massive complex. That's like closing Disney World. In fact, I think that gets more people coming to it than Disney World does. It's like 500 some stores plus amusement park, plus aquarium, plus bars, and all closed all the way through the month and probably longer.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure they closed Disney World or Disneyland or whatever the fuck it is, and that place has only been closed during the JFK assassination and 9/11. So
yeah, we're doomed.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit, but just to let you know, Addie, if if the shit does pop off, I mean, I am getting a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house here soon. So, in fact, I've already bought it, so you could live comfortably at my crib. We're just gonna have to kill a bunch of people.
You installment are my 2 backup plans.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where the other dude is, but I know. Well, Tennessee's only.
Yeah, he's in Tennessee. Stallman's in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Oh, well, I don't know where he's at in Tennessee, but where I'm at, it's not horrible right now. And where I have the house, it's sort of, private. I mean, I don't foresee looters or people coming to try and take my shit anytime soon because realistically speaking, where the house is at, it would be really tactically disadvantaged to try and loot it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. It's it might be one of those things to where people just start one another over fucking tins of fucking salmon and shit. So you never know.
Well, hell, when Hurricane Katrina hit, there were people murdering people over cases of water.
Yeah. I do sincerely love the the people that are like, oh, dude, this will blow over in a month. Don't worry about it. Like, who the fuck cares, man? We still got electricity. Like, yeah, the schools are out and the bars are closed. Who gives a fuck? But it's like, wait till the people who run the electricity, wait till the people who run the power plants and who show up to work at the hospitals get sick. Wait till that happens to where 911, if you call them, they ain't going to fucking come, whether it's for the police or for an ambulance.
Well, we had a friend who took a 2-week vacation down to Disney World. And she came back and she thought she was, that she had caught it because she was like coughing and felt like that she had a cold and everything. So we were actually stopping over to feed her cats while they were gone. And so Nursey was just like, okay, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to run over to your house and I'm going to drop your keys in your mailbox. This is as close as I'm going to get because around our town, they don't have any of the test kits available. So people are just being quarantined.
Well, I don't know if any of you all listen to Medicare streams. I know Addy does because he's up on this type of shit. But
Love Medicare.
Yep. But I know this from watching his videos and from doing my own little research into it. The beds, when apparently when you get infected with this, you have to lay on your stomach because it takes pressure off of your lungs. And the bed, and you basically have to, your lungs fill up with fluid, and it's not the type of fluid that you can drain from the body. The body has to take care of it on its own. So basically for weeks, possibly, you're hooked up to a machine that's doing your breathing for you. You're sedated to where you won't fight the machine. So you're basically in this drugged out stupor, lying on your stomach for weeks until eventually your body either fights it or it fucking doesn't and you die choking on your own lung fluids. So yeah, like you can wear your fucking mask and you can buy tins of fucking spam as much as you want, but if you get it and you're a smoker like me and most of everybody in this stream, good fucking luck. And if you're old, really good fucking luck, I guess. So
Yeah, I've got a.
and most of those beds are made in China or have components made in China, by the way, as well.
So even if you don't get it, but you go to the hospital thinking you do get it, you have a high chance of getting it anyway because all of a sudden there's the Ching Chong bed probably carrying the Ching Chong virus.
Yeah, legit. The beds that you're going to have to sleep in and be hooked up to a machine that's going to be breathing for you, yeah, those are made in China or at least have made in China components. So, hey, globalists, am I right?
Speaking of referring to it as Chinese, have you seen what Trump's done the last few days? It's brilliant.
Well, at least he ain't backing down. Whether or not you like Trump or not, at least he's not backing down.
Oh, no, it's beautiful. They've been. If you've listened to any of those press conferences, the press is so irritating with the stupidity of some of their questions, and some of it was, aren't you being racist by referring to this as coming from Wuhan or saying Chinese? Now he will only call it the Chinese virus.
Good.
Just piss them off.
Dude, I guarantee you if the exact same thing would have happened, only you take China and replace the United States of America in this situation, everybody would have been calling this the fucking white supremacist virus, the globe or the fucking empire virus or whatever goofy bullshit that people believe in. It's so
the
fucking
freedom virus. No, it would be the freedom flu.
The freedom flu or the America measles.
The entire history of viruses, think Spanish flu, think Ebola, they're all named from their point of origin.
Yes, sir.
These people are just being moronic.
Well, I still call it the Wu flu.
Like, Like honestly, dude, I've never been so in love with an ideology, whether it be left leaning or right leaning. But imagine being so convinced in your left leaning ideology that you have to call everything racist or sexist or blah blah blah. That you're literally to the point to where, oh no, this virus that was, in all honesty, let me put my tinfoil hat on here, was a biological weapon created by the Chinese to help them take over the world that escaped and got fucked up and released in their own country. Yeah, we're just going to call that the COVID virus and try to take some shit away from the Chinese people for having to deal with this, or the Chinese government, rather. Like, nah, dude, fuck that. Like, they fucked themselves up. Don't get it wrong. The Chinese government has lost trillions of dollars. Trillions
Oh,
in trade.
they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose a lot more once. So
You know what? And and I once had a disagreement with Sir Adamantine about war. I once had a disagreement, and I believe it was on one of Red Pill Shark stream, Addy. You may remember this, but you were talking about using extreme violence to solve the Middle Eastern problems. I believe nukes came into the equation. I was like, nah,
no,
there's a lot of.
my general line is a crop or a fleet of crop dusters and nerve gas to solve the world's problems.
Well, you were basically saying, a few newts could solve the problem in the Middle East, and I was like, no, man, there's a lot of good people in the Middle East, and blah blah blah. Now, I think I am to the point to where after all this shit is cleared and the dust settles, if it fucking does, and that's a big if. You know what? Nuke China. Like legit, they should not be able to do this type of shit, release this type of global pandemic upon the world and just suffer no ill consequences for it. I say, fuck the Chinese government. Fucking nuke them. Who gives a shit? Fuck it. Let's start off the real World War III. Fuck it. And we'll ally with Russia, and Trump will be friends with Putin, and everyone's head will spin, and we'll just go after the goddamn Chinese. Why not? Fuck it.
I mean, if we're putting on tinfoil hats, my theory is
Holy
China-
shit, who's that man's voice coming from Canuts thing?
that's Mr. LM 002. Also, hi,
That's
Adam.
that's something different.
Yep. Well, I'm here and I have a little cuddly cocoa bean in my lap.
And I taught him how to play video games.
I don't want to know that y'all's business. That was just weird seeing that icon light up and hearing bathtub boy's voice coming through.
No, he's out. He's apparently like
None of my business.
to spread the Wu flu, and he's out in my area, and so like.
No, I get it. The safest place to be right now is inside an Asian person. I get it.
Go find yourself an Asian person to get inside of there, Mr. LM.
That's Mr. Typhoid Mary to you.
You can't get it if you're inside it. I understand the logic. Carry on.
But why is it people automatically assume these things?
Hey, one Asian is about as good as the rest. I'm just saying.
Nothing wrong with an Asian.
Well,
I mean, apparently they're more susceptible to Kung Flu than anybody else.
Well, if there is a cure, I'm pretty sure it's going to be located where I'm sure you've already went exploring. So.
What?
Don't worry about it. They got it.
You white people are crazy.
I'm just saying he's going to go exploring the Asian woman to find... Man, I ain't explaining my motherfucking joke. Carry on.
I'm just here patting a cocoa bean, okay?
I didn't realize you were that debaucherous. Like, if I had known...
If you had known...
No, that he was apparently that, like, debaucherous. Like, the whole point was that, then, I don't know, I probably would have cleaned my room or something.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if there's a cure, you got to go back to its origin, I guess. And there's no other origin quite like the origin of all life, you know. So,
Knowing China's luck, it's the virus is derived from Chinese women, particularly daughters, which is that would just be highly ironic, you know? Oh,
Yep.
You have one daughter? Oh, that's really bad luck. Have two daughters? Okay, well, now you have one daughter. We don't know what happened to the second one, but
Oh, yo, I could take you to Silicon Valley. Lots of Chinese people there.
And you're
And
in
I'm pretty sure.
California. That is right. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
isn't
God.
that
They're
like?
so
I
dead.
guess
They're so fucking dead. Oh my God.
that's just
Ah,
Chinese roulette, I suppose.
they're so fucking dead.
You either get the cure or you get the super virus. And it's got you, bitch, either way.
How are you not talking to me with a gas mask on? Oh, that's right. You need your mouth for other things. My bad. I understand it now.
Well, you're still wearing the gas mask. It's just the tube's hooked up to something besides a filter.
Well, go back to the origin source of the virus, I guess.
Do you want to take a trip into Silicon Valley tomorrow? We'll get you dipped into the origin story.
Trust me, I've had enough experience with silicon as it is.
I don't.
Do you want to?
Yeah, this is making me uncomfortable at this point.
You brought this upon yourself, TM.
You walked this conversation in.
I just heard a voice lighten up on a different person's account. I want to know what the fuck was going on, and apparently, old Mr. Bathtub Boy is fishing for the cure. Inside a tight place, I imagine.
Listen. He's only ever in the bathtub because he's a merman, you know, and like basically he has to soak himself or whatever. That's why whenever you knew him as the bathtub boy, you know, merman, which was just making sure he got the amount of, you know, seawater he needed to maintain.
And after tonight, he is now bathtub man.
There's a flaw to that logic, though, Kadant. I've seen him get out of the bathtub, and there's no flipper.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry. She
like
bought
me.
one. She bought one. It's
Why
an
would I buy
accessory.
one?
I don't know, maybe he's got a dorsal fin elsewhere. I don't want to get into y'all business.
Addie, does he have a dorsal fin elsewhere? Do you have a
He's got a something.
If I'm lying on my back, it might look like a really
I'm
fucked
sure
up
she.
shark
I'm sure
coming
she
at
knows
you.
about that. I'm sure she knows about that already, intimately.
Sure. Why not?
I don't want to know.
Kadunt's a good girl.
No, apparently I'm not. Oh, Mr. LM, obviously I lured you here to attack you in many sexual ways, and that's all we're doing because a male and a female can't be in the same room together without there being sex.
Well, or lawyers.
I mean, I wouldn't fucking blame him if he hit it. I mean, let's be honest. Like,
I mean, apparently that's a situation in my level of hotel because there's a lot of ass clapping and daddies being shouted about.
Ugh.
in fact, I'd feel kind of bad if he didn't try to hit it. Like, to be honest with you, I feel let down.
I am perfectly content with the little fluffy bitch in my lap currently. She's a sweet cocoa bean.
Dude, no, seriously, ever since he's like gotten here, my dog won't leave him alone. It is so adorable.
Okay, we're talking. We're talking about the dog. Thank God, because there was this other little thing that was mentioned earlier, and I was getting worried.
No, I'm talking about Coco.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to that being
Yeah, not the niece. Not the niece. Okay, cool.
No.
Oh, that's even
God,
We're
worse.
no.
assaulting the man in the boat. Thank you very much. There's just a fluffy little critter here. It's super small.
So, wait a minute.
You cannot take my dog with you.
Addie, why the fuck is it when me and you flirt with one another and everything else, this is so much more PG than this type of shit? This is so wild to me.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
me and
it's a lot
PG
less
are not
awkward
in
than
the
this
same
one is. That's what-
Yeah, for real. Jesus.
What goes around comes around, boyo.
So,
Yeah, boy, and me, and fucking stick you up the ass with my shit. What?
so wait a minute, Kadun, are
Hard
you
to kill,
saying,
boyo.
are you LM
Mr.
saying
Typhoid Mary's coming for that.
that that LM is more like a merman?
Merman witch.
Okay. Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
gonna say if there were two of them and one Kadun, they could form a merman witch.
You know,
Ugh. Sorry,
if I had known that this, like, cause that's so funny. All right.
Who puts cream in their man witch or merman witch for that matter?
I didn't do the little because
you're
of
not
you all.
helping the situation. Okay, like you're the sweet summer child. You're the precious cinnamon roll that almost.
Please don't say child in relation to that.
I
In
have
relation
a fur
to-
baby in my lap. Okay, we can talk about children. It's fluffy.
Oh,
You are the precious cinnamon roll that we must protect. You know, and one of the things that I knew I could trust was you coming over and you not trying anything uncouth or unwarranted or unwanted in any way, shape, or form. And because your voice is heard via my avatar now, all of a sudden you are this debaucherous thing. Either that or I corrupted you. I don't know. Like, which way is it? Like, is it he came over here to try and get this, or I lured him here to try and get this? Like, which way is it going? Like, I want to know what the lore is.
I'm not writing it, so I can't tell you.
I don't know either.
All I can do is eat this Pop-Tart.
Man, you got to get yourself some Pillsbury toaster strudels. That's where it's at.
Well, no, I mean these are like at the dollar store, so they're even lower on the food chain than an actual Pop-Tart.
That's pretty rough.
Well, you know, I live within my means.
Who just flushed?
You mean this?
Oh, that kind of sound. Never mind. Whatever. Continue on.
He's taking a bong rip, man. Leave him alone.
No, I'm actually pulling my metal straw out of the beverage that Nursey got me earlier today. It's so funny. They like want to run to the bodega like 2 or 3 times a day to get pops. And I'm like, you know, only thing I want, get me a lemonade. Because I know lemonade is not carbonated and it'll last me the whole damn day. Cat, would you stop licking my fucking forearm? What is wrong with you? Go away. God damn.
This is a good segue for me.
By the way, LM, we have a new cat now.
Oh.
The kid decided there was this skin and bones calico hanging out on the front porch. So she goes and grabs food and puts food out for her and water. And I'm just like, you know, in this neighborhood, that's not going to last long. By the time nightfall comes, this will draw all the feral cats. So you're actually inviting all the other cats in the neighborhood to come kick the ass of this one. And this one isn't going to survive. We figured out it used to be a house cat because it had clean ears and everything. But it had probably been kicked out of its house maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because it literally was, the skin was hanging off of it.
Jeez.
So, and I told the kid, I was like, listen, you feed a cat, you own the cat. Because it'll keep coming back. And if there's a dead cat laying out on the porch, because it
Just
got
like a woman.
raped and murdered by all the other feral cats that are around here, then you only got yourself to blame. So I guess that worked on her brain. And
Also, just like a woman.
and she decided to ask Nursey if they could adopt it. And they asked me, but they already made the decision. I'm like, this isn't my house anymore. You guys do whatever the hell you want to do.
Hey Doc, have I ever told you you live in the asshole of the United States? Really? I mean,
If there's one thing Addie knows, it's assholes.
No, I live on the ridge of the pucker. I don't live in the asshole.
Well, honestly, since Sir Adamantine is here and we're only on streams at ass crack in the fucking morning, Addy, I would like to hear your 2 cents about this. Where do you think this whole Wu Flu stuff is going to go? What are your thoughts? What are your predictions?
millions will die. It's going to crater the economy, and hopefully at the same time make me rich as I buy stocks on the way down. Or I'll die. One of the two.
Okay.
My whole thing is to avoid getting it for about 2 months, because it's probably inevitable we're all going to be exposed to it. I'm just hoping that after 2 months they found enough treatments to make it far, far less lethal.
Well,
okay. Let me ask you. Sorry, Doc.
Wasn't Malaysia using AIDS drugs?
They were. AIDS drugs apparently help alleviate some of the symptoms.
There's also apparently a malaria drug they're talking about.
Yep, that too. Malaria and AIDS. Airborne malaria and AIDS. What a time to be alive. Okay, Sir Adamantine. Also, do you think that the military is going to start a martial law setting to where we can only go to certain places and the National Guard will stop us like a state trooper or like a local cop, and every state will be locked down and we can't go from state to state anymore? Because me personally, before you answer, I believe eventually if it gets bad enough, you will only be able to travel within your own state. That's what I think.
I don't have an issue with that, quite honestly. There's a lot of
Do you think it'll happen though?
It could. There's an interesting phenomenon that's happened in the last couple of weeks I've noticed, which is the Republicans / libertarians, of which I vaguely fall into that group. They're the ones with the crazy conspiracy theories this time. They're the ones who are first they're like it's all fake, but then they're like this is just. I'd rather die than like lose my civil liberties for 2 months. It's like, okay, well, enjoy.
Well, I mean, do you agree with me on this, or at least my stance on this? And you may or may not. You've disagreed with me 1,000 times. This won't be the first, but I believe that as a law-abiding citizen who hasn't been in trouble with the law or anything else, I don't believe in sacrificing a single one of my freedoms in order to get some kind of momentary government safety, because I don't believe the government can protect me as well as I can protect myself and my loved ones. And I also don't believe that once I do sacrifice said freedoms or liberties, I don't believe I'll ever get them back. Would you agree with that?
I have sympathy for your point, but at the same time, I would say this falls into the category of vaccine should be mandatory. It's part of the. I don't care what your little crazy religious beliefs are about vaccines. It falls under the category of it's part of the price you pay to live in a society. If you don't like it, go live in northern Canada where no one gives a fuck what you don't vaccine.
Well,
If
I
you're gonna
appreciate.
live, if you're gonna live around millions of people, there are certain prices you have to pay for the convenience of that.
Well, I get that, but at the same time, like that whole if you live around millions of people, well, fuck, dude, like everybody for the most part, unless you're in like the super, I don't know, like super duper Midwest, like up north towards the west type shit, to where it's like they've only got a couple of reported cases because there's literally so much empty land. Um, I believe everybody's got a neighbor. I mean, it might be, upstairs or downstairs, or it might be 2 minutes down the road, or it might be right next door. Everybody's got neighbors, so we all live in a society. We all live in a fucking community, at least to some point, whether or not we talk to our neighbors. And yeah, being a healthy person and interacting with other people, and yeah, that carries some semblance of, I don't know, moral guidelines to it, I guess, to the point where it's like if you think you're sick, you probably shouldn't go out and interact with other people. But a lot of people don't give a fuck and they're selfish and they only care about themselves. My main thing is that I don't believe that, first and foremost, I don't believe the government can protect you, me, or anybody. I don't believe they can protect us. Even if we had, okay, we might have the government be able to protect us if we lived in a, I don't know, a North Korean style government, to where literally as soon as this shit happened, for whatever you want to say about the man, which he's a fucking psychopath, but Kim Jong-un was one of the first people to be like, even though he sucks Chinese cock, he was like, nope, I'm shutting the borders, and if you flew in from China, you got to get screen tested, and you're immediately going to quarantine for a fucking month or some crazy shit. Like, he locked his country down like that, like instantly, and everybody that was coming into his country, quarantine immediately. Don't give a fuck who you are, quarantine. Unless we lived in that society to where we have like no freedoms, no anonymity, and no autonomy, no freedoms or whatever, then yeah, you might be able to protect you, or the government might be able to protect you. But this government, the government we currently have in the United States, whether it be Trump led as a Republican president and blah blah blah, they're not capable of doing that. Because, and anybody in here can speak credence to that, you go from state to state, and if you drive far enough east or west in this country, it's like you're going to a different country sometimes. Like, I can literally drive a couple of hours, go across an imaginary line, and something that would put me in jail for months, if not years, is completely legal and freely dispensed in Colorado. Like, I live in Tennessee. If I go to Colorado right now and get all the weed I fucking want, and no one would ever care, I get that shit here, I'm going to jail for a couple months, if not a year. So this whole idea of, us being in that country to where your government will protect you. No, we don't have fucking, the federal government doesn't have the ability to fucking protect all of us equally. So the fact that even one state or one American citizen or anybody would fucking give up the liberties that we all share for some government assisted protection is just wild to me. And I don't think that they would be able to do it, and I don't think it would matter, and I don't think it's worth it in the end, if that whole ramble made sense.
It still hasn't killed anybody noteworthy. The first two reported deaths of people that you might know are saxophonist Marcelo Peralta. He was a jazz musician, and he died from corona. But he was in Argentina, apparently. Oh no, wait. Oh no, he was in Madrid, Spain. Oh.
Does that whole spiel make sense to you there, Eddie?
Oh, it does. I just have more sympathy for dictators than you do.
Well, we aren't in a dictatorship. Do you understand my whole reason why I went to the whole North Korea thing? Because North Korea, they're locked down. They're under one totalitarian Totalitarian, whatever. I'm a little bit drunk. Fuck it, whatever. Who cares? This is the last time I'm going to be drunk in months. Totalitarian fucking rule. We go from state to state, and it's completely different kind of rule of law and everything else. I don't think that this country has the ability to defend its citizens by state. And I don't mean state as in a state. I mean state as in the government sanctioned fucking protections.
Not all states are created equal. I would take my chances in a first world state than I would in a Mississippi when it comes to things like this.
Well, Mississippi doesn't recognize federal gun laws for the most part. Doesn't decriminalize weed like most other southern states, and has great gun laws and a free zoo, actually. So, actually, pretty dope.
And indoor plumbing is just catching on there.
There's another guy.
Dude, make fun of the South all you fucking won't do, but I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Like, I'd rather be surrounded by a bunch of Hicks than a bunch of Somalis.
Well,
there was there was a guy by the name of Larry Edgeworth, and he was a technician for NBC. For NBC News. And this guy was around like a lot of people. He died of complications from corona. Oh man, you got to think, who the hell did he infect? Because I mean, he worked at the New York Rockefeller Plaza headquarters, and he was there for over two decades.
I'm really hoping it takes out Tom Hanks. If we can be spared 20 more years of his horrible acting, I mean, that would be a service to mankind.
No, Tom.
All right, well, sorry, go ahead, Doc. I apologize.
No, I was going to say, Tom Hanks was looking a little bloodshot, but apparently they're going to be flying back home soon.
Of course they are. They have the money to. When you're rich and you're well known, border control really doesn't matter to you. It's not an issue. Addie, what do you say if that happens? Like, National Guard in every state is activated. We can only travel from city to city in our own state. Do you think that would work? Do you think it would help stop the spread?
I don't know. The only way you can stop the spread is keep everyone in their houses, which would be far more complex, because you'd have to have like the National Guard and just the proper military. You'd have to have them dropping off rations in front of everyone's houses.
Well, do you think the National Guard in every state is going to be activated? Because me personally, I don't know if you've seen the same videos that I have, but I believe the National Guard in almost every state is gearing up for something.
Yeah, the governor of Ohio has already put the Ohio no-goes on alert.
Addie?
I don't know.
Man, come on, Eddie. You're the big brain political dude that I talk to about this type of stuff. Come on, tell me, what do you think is going to stop this? Come on, banter with me back and forth. Come on, help me out here.
You have to realize this thing is unprecedented in our lifetimes, or in our parents', or for most of us, our grandparents' lifetimes. Nothing like this has ever happened.
Yeah, because Spanish flu was what, 1916?
Yeah, but at the same time, we're both somewhat intelligent guys who know a thing or two about a thing or two. I mean, come on, man, let's figure this out.
But we still don't have any adequate information as to just how lethal it is. You can't take what happened in China and equate that to what would happen in the U.S. You have to take a country. You need to get more information from countries like South Korea
I think Italy is the nation to look at, to be honest.
Not really, because they're a bunch of stupid Guidos. I don't really even consider them first world.
Oh
yeah,
God,
but
Eddie never change. Eddie never change.
yeah, but I
Please.
tell you what, Italy will make a great test case, though.
I think it is. I think Italy right now is what the honest numbers probably. Oh God, he's already got it. I think Italy is honestly the actual numbers of what first started happening in China. Although China, I'm sure, is lying about their numbers, and it's way worse over there. What's going on in Italy right now is probably the parameter,
Well,
and they are fucking dying.
well,
Like
Tennessee,
Wow.
you've been watching Medicare. You've seen the videos where there's actual vans going around, you know, just like the Monty Python sketch, you know, bring out your dead.
hmm
I mean, they've literally.
I've also seen the videos of them welding shut people's fucking doors because they're sick.
Well,
So.
and crematoriums have been running 24/7.
Yep.
So yeah, it is much worse than anything that they've admitted to so far.
Yeah, but once again, this comes back to the medical capabilities by country. I don't think, obviously, China is not a comparable to the U.S. for medical facilities. I doubt Italy is. I would think South Korea or Japan would be much better comparisons to the United States as far as how well it can be treated.
Well, Addy, would you agree with me that it's kind of hard to compare nations as far as when it relates to medical capabilities when their medical capabilities are socialized?
Oh, yeah. There's no medical system in the world I would rather be sick in than the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, because socialized medicine kills people normally. So God,
our Canadian friends are fucked.
Yeah.
They can no longer cross the border for good medical treatment.
Yeah, and what is it? Mexico already announced that they're going to close their borders. I'm like, good luck with that.
Oh, I can't wait until Mexico gets. Well, I mean, it's not in the sense like I can't wait. Like I don't want it to happen, but it's gonna happen where Mexico gets really hard hit by all this, and then you're gonna have to stand National Guards members on like shoulder to shoulder across the fucking Nevada, California, New Mexico, Texas fucking border and just stop people from coming in, because once those people get sick, they're gonna flood into here, dude.
They're going to try.
Well, hearts and minds, homie. If it was up to me, I would take a Serenimentine approach, and anybody caught crossing the border would get shot.
From what I've read in the past, Mexico apparently doesn't have a bad medical system.
No, it's not socialized. That is true. So they do have the capacity, but they don't have the infrastructure or the means to actually make it matter, because all that matters down there is money, and the people who have the money are the cartels. So good luck getting in without a fucking death mask or something, I guess, on, and claiming whatever fucking cartel you represent. I mean, can you imagine that? Like, if it was the same in the U.S., like, if we had a great healthcare system and everything, but it was only run by, like, Bloods or Crips, you know? And it's like you gotta show up with, like, a blue or red bandana, and if you don't have that, you get fucking turned to the side.
I don't know, when things have a tendency to break down and it starts getting militarized, I get antsy.
Well, that was my main question. originally, I suppose, to both you and Sir Adamantine was, when do you think we're gonna be like seeing like legit martial law? Like we're gonna be seeing like guardsmen replacing cops and state troopers and shit, and you can't leave your fucking state, and flights are canceled, and you're just here in your state, and you're stuck.
Well, my big question when all this started is, what are they going to do with the petri dish of disease that's become San Francisco?
Well, California's already locked down, so.
No,
But
it's not.
They have a stay in house type order or whatever.
How can you do that when you're homeless?
I don't know. I just know that California is apparently super duper quarantine or whatever,
Well,
according to their own
Watch.
government.
You watch that place where
Well-
they have the hobo cities. That's where
Well,
it's going to go off. That's what
Well,
I'm
could that-
predicting.
I was about to say Kadump may be able to answer this better than even I.
They're basically non-essential businesses may be fined if they're found open. That's the most, and of course it's suggested that you stay in your houses just for the safety aspect, but the whole stay-at-home order is more so for non-essential businesses.
Are they doing
therapy place that's bound to be open? It's non-essential.
are they doing the whole you can't have more than 10 people in your house type thing?
They do have the you can't have more than 10 people in a gathering, and if you do have more 10 people, like at a social gathering, specifically like public social gatherings, then they they suggest you stay 6 feet apart from one another.
Yeah, because that'll work.
What if it's an orgy?
Yeah, no, it's not working. Like, if you're in the privacy of your own home, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But I just gone to the store earlier today, and hell, like traveling freely is not an issue. I almost went for myself Del Taco today just because I'm like, nah, I don't need to. I have food at home,
Well,
Like, if people want to blow it out of proportion and be like, oh my god, California's already locked down. It's under martial law. Da, 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 da. No, not really. Like, you guys could think it's not like we have forces roaming the streets, forcing people to go back into their houses or anything as severe as that. It's just as simple as, hey, you just so happen to be a business owner who's running a business that's not really a necessity. Like, it's not really something that necessarily needs to be open at this time. So we may fine you for that. And there's plenty of businesses who have shut down their dine-in just for the safety. There's a number of businesses who do not allow more than a certain number of customers inside the building at one point in time. But
I tried to place a to-go order today from my favorite restaurant, which is just down the road from where I live.
mhm.
Found out they're closed. The only thing they'll do is they have a small menu, and they'll send someone out. You can park in the parking lot. They'll send someone out to your car and give you your order.
So I've not run into anything like that out here.
Well, I was saying earlier,
Mm-hmm.
they've shut down the Mall of America, which is an enormous complex. That entire thing is closed at least through the end of the month. It'll be closed longer than that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and think about like places, like tent cities, or even to the suburban people, how about daycares? Those are fucking germ breeding factories.
Daycares are mostly closing around my neck of the woods because since school has been called out basically everywhere, and especially with the whole quarantine yourself for 14 days or something thing is basically the norm nowadays. Yeah, schools aren't in session, but at least in my own neck of the woods, I do believe that schools are starting to give kids free lunch and breakfast. Like if you show up, you can actually get fed if your parents do work. But then again, that runs the risk of who's going to bring that kid to go get fed.
It's funny.
If their parent doesn't work, how are they going to go to the school to get fed? So
up in Cleveland, this the Landerbrook Healthcare Center now has set up coronavirus drive-through testing,
which is great. Like drive-throughs don't like, and I'm gonna say this as like a public service announcement or whatever. If you do think you're legit sick or infected, which I've heard the incubation rate is anywhere from 14 days to like 21 days, if not more. It's fucking crazy. To be honest, we're all probably fucked. But if you do think you're sick, I do believe there's a CDC number you can call for your local state government to get checked out, to where you're not going to the hospital to get other people infected. So you call that, and I believe they either send somebody out or you go to a specified location.
By the way, the last closing that the Ohio governor demanded or commanded was closing of all tattoo parlors.
Oh shit!
He closed down yesterday. He closed. He made the order to close down all barbershops, hair salons, tattoo parlors, nail salons, and spas.
Well, there goes my fucking Trump bucks.
Now,
I was gonna get a $1,000 tattoo, and this is just gonna be an American eagle, spread wings with a big old dick.
Now,
just fucking flying
I thought you were gonna go to the nail salon.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, my nails are perfect. What are you talking about?
Now, the two other things which kind of surprised me.
They're fucking clipped. I ain't got no nails. Fuck you, bitch.
Anyways, the two other things that I was surprised at, because he announced more closings yesterday. The other one was he's closing the BMV, and he's also suspending all jury trials.
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that, hey, dude, if you want to go out and do some shit right now, because apparently police officers are getting told to stand down unless it's a serious crime. Okay, cool. You run the risk of going out and doing, as I like to call it, and a lot of people that know like to call it, doing some dirt. If you want to go do some dirt and your ass fucking gets caught, guess what? You're going to be sitting in a fucking jail cell for a fucking while, homie. Yeah. For a fucking while. Because the goddamn fucking, the fucking, your lawyer might not be able to make it. Your court appointed attorney might not be able to make it. All types of shit. So I'm just saying this right now. If you're going to go do some dirt, make sure you don't get caught, because if you do, your ass is going to be sitting in jail for longer than probably your sentence and your actual like fucking crime that got sentenced and you got charged with will be. So have fun with that.
There's a different way to look at that though. I mean, if I were a cop and I was like, okay, this guy obviously needs to be arrested because he's doing something illegal enough. And then if I'm standing there thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to fight him to the ground and handcuff him, and what if he's diseased?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be looking for the excuse to just be able to shoot him and let the other people put him in the body bag later, so I never had to touch him.
Wow, dude, You know, Addy, this is why I'm glad you're able to stream from time to time. This is why I'm glad I'm able to talk to you. You brought up something I hadn't even thought about. Most people, like I said earlier, are worried about like, okay, you get caught and you get, yoked up, you get taken to the county jail or whatever to sit there for probably months upon months. Yeah, cops nowadays, if they do have to even bother with you, they got to worry about like, okay, like you said, if I do wrestle this guy to the ground, I could get infected. My partner could get infected. Everybody in the fucking jail that I bring this guy to could get infected. Yeah, that's a valid fucking statement. So yeah, probably police officers are just gonna fucking shoot first and ask questions later nowadays. Yeah, that's some real truth. You know, Addy, you might be a old fucking rich ass, somewhat farm boy up north. But I tell you this, you got a little bit of gangster in you. You got a little bit of gangster in you, homie.
I don't know about that. I'm just an asshole.
Nah, shut the fuck up. You got a little bit of gangster in you. Because that's some gangster mentality type shit right there. Take the goddamn compliment, you gay bitch.
Thanks, Mr. Marine.
Love you too, babe.
I don't know what to say.
Well, here's what I want to know, which I know Addie knows a lot about this. How do you think the economy is going to recover after all this? Because I think we're fucked for generations after this, regardless of how it turns out.
No, I don't think so at all. I think that there are a lot of industries that are fucked, and there are a lot of things that are going to be forever. But no, the economy would quickly recover.
I 100% disagree.
Honestly, I think the biggest issue is going to be the destruction of the mom and pops. Corporate stores and shit can handle that. Mom and pop shops can't.
Dude, no.
There are also a lot of industries that are going to be disproportionately leveled. Like, say, for example, hotel chains are going to be wiped out. There'll still be hotels after this is all over.
But they're all owned by dot Indians anyway. Doesn't really make a difference.
I'm talking about the parent companies. I'm talking about watch Marriott file for bankruptcy kind of thing.
Man, I'm telling you right now, dude, this economy, I can tell I'm a little bit drunk. This economy is going to be fucked for a while after this, regardless of worst case, best case scenario. Like, okay, best case scenario, this shit ends like in May. Like, let's say all of this blows over by May. Middle of May, everything's good. We got trade is opened up. We all got the fucking vaccine that, puts a little fucking chip in us so that way the government can monitor us and all this shit works out. It all pans out. It's all good. It's all gravy. Let's say it pans out. Still, there has been thousands of fucking unemployment things cashed. There's been thousands of people who have lost their jobs. One of my best friends moved to Minnesota, actually, not that long ago. One of my best friends ever, my entire life, moved to Minnesota. He's a bartender / server. Him and his girl lost his fucking job, shut down by the government. Boom, gone. All these people that need a fucking a paycheck, guess what? They ain't getting that fucking paycheck anymore. So our government, the entire country, is going to be supporting these people for a while. And all these businesses, like, I don't care who the fuck you are, dude. Like, let's say you read it on, or you watch it on CNN or Fox News or whatever the fucking, they say, hey, everything's good. It's all good. You
Wait a
can go
minute.
out to bars
Hold
and
on,
nightclubs
hold on.
again.
Time out for a second.
We're revoking
Addy, are you
the
hearing him
restrictions.
crackle
It's all
as he
good.
talks?
Carry on.
Is it me?
Not that I noticed. Maybe.
It might.
I don't know. Say something, Tennessee.
It might be
Say
me because I'm
something,
hearing you
Tennessee.
too. God damn it!
No, I'm not really hearing a crackle.
No. Fuck. What am I going to do about this? I don't know.
All right. By the way, Seamus, yeah, that's what it's designed to do. Seamus Derby. So we will see then in the middle class in the U.S. just like the commies want. Somebody fucking gets it. Somebody fucking gets it. That's what this shit is all designed for.
Bear in mind that this isn't necessarily disastrous for everyone. Like,
Well, there are several
this
governors
probably
that got
improves
together
my jobs.
and are sending a letter to Trump
Well, yeah.
asking
course they
him to free up emergency unemployment funds to help take care of people who are contracted labor, like who filed 1099s.
Well, I mean, if we didn't pay other countries so much, especially
Yeah,
Israel,
well.
we could probably make it. But hey, it's the U.S. We give a lot. I've held this opinion for a long time, and I've yet to see any evidence to discredit my opinion. And Doc and Sir Adamantine, please feel free to chastise me or say I'm incorrect, but I do believe if the U.S. truly does falter and it goes down, like it goes down hard to where we become like a third world nation or some shit, we take the rest of the world with us.
Well, the U.S. could survive this better than any other country could. So I don't know. Are you really a third world nation if you're still the richest of the rich?
Yeah, but I mean it in a sense of if we stop paying all these other governments and we no longer have the capital to do so and we only start taking care of our own citizens and our own nation and other countries just have to deal with the fact that we aren't the police force of the world, the rest of the world will descend into fucking chaos, madness, and war. That's what I was getting at.
The rest of the world can kill itself for all I care. I've never cared. I've always been an isolationist. My only belief in war is that if someone gets out of line, drop bombs on them. The whole
my whole thing is, you know, it's a global catastrophe, which means it's going to knock everybody down a notch, but we're still going to be on the highest peg, regardless. You know, because we all sink together, but we all weren't at the same station. So that's the deal. There shouldn't be there's going to be economic problems, but people are talking like it's the 1928 stock crash when that's not what it is at all. If you went through the whole, because I read up on Spanish flu, and you know basically yeah shit suffered, but you know they got back on track within a decade.
You know what I do hope happens though? I hope that this whole open borders type shit dies soon. Because after what we are currently going through and after what the world has seen, I do believe that this whole open borders thing has been shown to be a massive fucking ideology. Okay, I'm going to say this right. Give me a minute. Ideolo. Nope, can't do it.
Ideological.
Thank you. Ideological catastrophe. Say the first word for me.
Ideological.
Catastrophe. Absolutely. This whole idea of open borders being like, hey, we're all just people, man. Like kumbaya. Let's all hug and fucking share people and blah blah blah. No, you don't need to do that because sometimes China creates a goddamn fucking micro biological weapon that is designed to kill everybody and their fucking mother, and it gets released because China's fucking stupid. And now all of a sudden you got international flights because people have passports, people have open borders, and Europe's fucked, and now we're kind of fucked, and China's super fucked, and all these Asian nations are fucked. This is why you need to have countries with strict border control and like, are you from here? No? Then guess
Weird.
what, motherfucker? You got to run through a litany of fucking tests to get the fuck in. Period. What do you think, Addy? Doc, you agree?
Oh, I think that there's been a lot of Democrats who have had a massive reversal on their thoughts about open borders in the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to fucking swing the vote for your illegal immigration policy when all of your illegal immigrants are also dead, I suppose. I don't know.
I'm just happy we can finally keep.
We could bring Samaj too.
You fucking asshole.
No offense. No
Okay.
offense, though, man. You're one of the half dozen or so good.
Okay.
Ones,
Okay. That's a good panel question. If there's pick your top. You know what? Pick your top
he's also one of
five.
the half dozen.
And I'll include you in on this
terrific.
too, Kadant, and Mr. LM if he's still listening. Kadant, are you there?
Man, LM just drowned in that shit. He got knocked the fuck out. She put his ass to sleep. Nah, cool. No, I'm just kidding. He probably didn't. He said he's going back to his motel room. I'm just trying to make this lore happen. Where
are you going to be around for this
man,
panel question?
Kadant had a thing, had a little tryst, and now he's passed
She's
out.
still
asleep.
on mute.
And Kadant is still awake. What's her answer? What's her answer to?
Lure.
She won't just
trying to
besmirch me.
No,
Kadant,
you're fine.
Kadant, I know.
Lure her with lure.
I'm trying to lure her, Doc. Lure. Fuck off. I don't word so well. But I've been drinking. Lure. 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 That might not even be spelled right at this point. I don't know. I'm going into my fucking St. Patrick's Day stock, so right. I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm sitting in my room in my old house. Old house, got a new house. Anyways, good done.
I know she didn't.
Did you put that man to sleep with your Asian pussy? Yes or no? I'm gonna take that as a yes if you don't answer. Oh,
that happened a while back under
answer.
dubious circumstances.
She didn't answer. That means yes. She put him to sleep. She
No, it
put
didn't
that
involve
monkey on him. Bathtub boy became bathtub man tonight. God damn it!
Here, wait a minute. Hold on.
I didn't need to know that. I was just kidding. This was all a bit. Chocolate.
I'm calling.
Chat, you have failed me once again. Hello, it's me, Kid Dunt. I Look, I can't even do the bit. I'm left too much. Hello, it's me, Kid Dunt. See, I don't even know how to do a fucking female voice on some sexy shit. Hattie, talk sexy.
Okay, I'm back.
Everybody in this
And,
motherfucker
yeah,
gonna
she
leave
was,
me.
she was
Every
not
last
picking
one of
up
y'all
on the phone.
motherfuckers gonna leave me.
So
Come on,
I have
Sir
no
Menti.
idea what happened.
Yeah, I'm not part of this.
God damn you.
Okay, so my question is, you're gonna get your dirty half
I
dozen
noticed.
together. You have the
I asked
availability
Sir
yourself
Adamantine talk sexy for a minute. He was just like, "Yeah,
to
no, I'm not gonna have any
save
part of that."
5
So
people from
he's no fun.
Corona. What 5 people would you pick? And these would have to be people that you actually know or have had conversations with. So, Addie, would you care to start off? Yeah, and I guess I should say they would have to be humans. Is there anybody you think that would be critical in helping
My 2 cats. I'm really not
get
that
past the
attached to my
corona?
family or friends. Whatever. Yeah, well then, fuck them all.
Well, what's gonna happen's gonna happen. Okay,
You ain't
I
even
can
gonna
understand
save me, you heartless bastard.
Okay, so TM.
It's evolution. Why interfere?
Oh, you piece. What the? Well, it's not gonna be Sir Adamantine. That was about the motherfucking first thing I was gonna say. Son of a bit, picking some cats over me? Are you serious?
Look, I'm not offended. I'm not offended if you don't pick me either. I have no redeeming value.
Yeah, you know what? Just to spite you, bitch. Sir Adamantine, number motherfucking 1. Gonna fucking get on a private little fucking Cessna, go to Minnesota, pick him up, surrounded by Somalians, gonna fucking rescue his ass like a goddamn Call of Duty game, pick him up, take him back to Tennessee. Maybe I might drop him off in Georgia. I don't know. From out the plane without a parachute. I don't know. It may or may not happen. I'm just saying. Depending on how much he pisses me off on the fucking ride down there. But yeah, I don't know. The 2 people I got left alive that actually matter to me. My IRL friend that lives in Minnesota. It means I get to pick Sir Adamantine up. Since he's also in Minnesota, that's 4.
I gotta say, there's not
5
I can't think of 5 people. I
my
mean,
older brother. So yeah, there you go. Y'all some depressing ass motherfuckers.
I didn't say it. I didn't know anybody
is
that,
like,
that,
I would
that I
let
don't care
my
about.
cat
It's just, I mean, like,
outlive all
if
of you all.
if I
and
had to
fuck
make a
Tennessee
list
Marine,
out of
don't think I forgot
necessity
that.
to
You
save
fucking
people,
piece
it
of
would
shit.
probably
And Doc
be
is just like, I
my
don't know
niece
anybody
who's pregnant right now with her
that I
first
care
kid.
about. Man, fuck.
Because, Lord knows, your immunosystem kind of craps out on you when you're trying to birth a baby. I mean, I would definitely want her to get, if I had, the get out of jail free card or get away from Corona free card. I'd definitely pass one over to her. But I mean, everybody else I know are kind of like rugged individualists. It's like, well, shit's going to happen. It's going to happen. Fuck it, bring it on, and we'll see what goes down. And yeah, I'm of that opinion too, because there's only been like, I live in Dayton, Ohio. There's only been one case of corona reported in our county. And that one person is probably the person that we're friends with. But we haven't had contact with her because she was the one who went down with her family to Disney World and spent 2 weeks down there. And came back with flu-like symptoms. And we didn't come into contact with her at all. So, and I don't get out of the house. I think the last time I went out of the house was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. We hit Dollar Tree and the liquor store, and besides the person behind the counter, there wasn't anybody in the liquor store. And Dollar Tree maybe had like 5 people in it, where 3 of them were actually workers. So I'm pretty limited, and you know, Nursey works at a call center, and they shut the call center down immediately. And they actually had her come in and pick up a headset that she can use so she can work from home. So that's good. At least she won't be struggling. Although all my calls to the damn not IRS, but to Social Security office, I haven't been getting any callbacks. I'm trying to figure out, because it's been like 90 days now, and they were supposed to have like payment issued out. So I need to find out why they're jerking around so I can get the fuck up out of here and live my nice solitary existence, not around anybody. Except for my internet friends. Hey, you know, a pregnant niece.
Internet friends, my motherfucking ass. Both of y'all motherfuckers wouldn't even save me. The fuck you talking about, friends? I ain't got no motherfucking friends. Apparently, people want to save fucking cats and fucking nobody.
Hey,
One. Fucking one.
My cats are the only 2 things I'm responsible for.
Well, okay, so who would be your 5?
I already have a contingency plan, and TM, I would be honored to have you join me and my party.
Well, I mean, Doc, you might want to close your ears for this. I won't close your ears for this.
Oh no.
I won't close your ears for this.
Oh my.
All right, I think he's got his ear closed. All right, look, Cadunt, if we're gonna if the future fucking world is gonna motherfucking survive, you know, I ain't like all these other dudes. You don't need a strong dude. I'm a pretty strong dude, but I'm also a nice dude. Like I'm not just gonna breed with you. I'm gonna satisfy. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do fucking work for your feminine lady needs, but we gonna produce some fucking goddamn Herculean motherfuckers out your vagina hole. So I'm just saying, like, if you want some strong motherfucker to breed with, like, we can do that. That's cool. But like, I mean, I'm gonna teach them guns and how to fucking hunt and fucking kill shit. Like, I might even teach them some fighting shit. I don't know. It depends. If they girls, they gonna have to learn defend for themselves. If they boys, I'm gonna punch them motherfuckers, like box them.
Oh, if they're girls, then I'll teach them how to shoot and fight. Because I know how.
I bet I'm a better fighter and a better shooter than you.
Probably.
You really have never been married, have you?
But I'm just saying,
you know what? You know what? We're gonna snuggle / wrestle for dominance, and then whoever wins gets to pick who teaches who. All right.
It's.
Hell no, and I ain't trying to be now. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about breeding. What the fuck you talking about? I told you to close your ears. Plug your ears. Bunny. Headphones, Doc. Headphones.
But no, me and Muffin Button.
Okay, so you and Muffin,
you know,
and
plan.
you got 4 more to fill in your roster.
Hi, Satan and Satire. Hi, Bun Bun.
Hey, people, but no, like, no, and it.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna need a strong dick up. Never mind.
Well, the rest of my roster is definitely going to be filled. Damn it! I can't say that without it sounding wrong.
Just say it. We won't judge.
Well, no, because like I just said, the rest of my roster is going to be filled, and I'm like, that automatically sounds dirty.
It's gonna be filled. Trust me, it's gonna be filled.
I would choose vets, straight up. I would automatically go with veterans that I know simply because and probably
this is why I wish we were live on camera, because I'd slowly be raising my hand like, yeah, hello, hi.
I know you are.
Hi.
I know you are.
You wanna repopulate the earth with some motherfucking soy boy salon fucking New York Times writers, or some motherfuckers who know how to fucking kill shit and fucking eat it and kill bitches who want to take our shit? I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna knock you on the head like a motherfucking caveman and fucking drag you back to my cave. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give you flowers. I'm gonna tell you you're pretty and you smell nice, and I'm gonna invite you back to my bunker, and then we reproduce. I'm just saying, it's a whole nother world. You gotta live in the new world, new age, new world. You know.
Well,
What
at the very
what can
least,
you do for me lately was an '80s song.
I
What
can
can I
not
do
only
for you?
dress a deer,
Fucking
but
protect you.
I know
give
how
you
to
dried
cook. So
food.
that's the
A
only
little bit of
skills that
peach
I have
cobbler
besides
every
being
once in a
old and
while. I'm
wise.
just saying. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry. See, I'm gonna remove one of my people. As far as Brad Mantine, I'm probably gonna throw him off. By the time we pass like Ohio, he'll probably be gone. He may have parachute. He may not have parachute. I don't know. I'll probably throw him off. Come to you, pick you up. Yeah, shut the fuck. You picked 2 cats over me. Don't you dare even try and pipe up now.
I was just gonna say, at least let me get drunk before you toss me out of the plane.
I couldn't do that to you. I couldn't drink with you and then push you out the plane. Like, I'm not that evil. You could do that to me though, you cat loving motherfucker, or father fucker, I should say, because you like the mans. Anyways, Doc, I'll
Wait a minute.
it's
Are you
okay.
talking
You can be our cook
veterinarians?
in the bunker? Good dog. Well, you already said vets, so I already know. Fucking.
Well,
me,
wouldn't you
of
want at
course.
least one
Come on,
veterinarian?
I'm pretty as fuck.
Veterans.
Hey, guess what? Veterans also include corpsmen and medics, and they know.
Well, if it was
just
apocalyptic
as much as most people
and you had
do, how to keep you
appendicitis,
alive,
you're
especially in
dying.
combat scenarios, which would be
That's
more important.
That's pretty much
than
it.
someone
Ain't
who
no
just
field
has to
knife
worry
going to be
about
able to carve that out.
appendicitis or some bullshit. I'm just saying. Just my 2 cents. Go ahead.
Well,
Only the strong survive, Doc. That's what I'm trying to create with her. She said veterans. I'm all about it. Let's do it.
So yes, I just so happen to have an idea as to, like, I would definitely want veterans in my end of the world bunker as part of my end of the world group. I couldn't choose just 4 people though, because I'm thinking beyond just veterans. I'm thinking beyond just that, because working together is one of the big things, and that's why I would choose veterans, is because they know how to work as a unit with others.
I mean, you only got to say one, but anyway.
But I don't know. I'd have to see everybody's resumes. Like, if you're not a vet, like I gotta see your resume. And this is probably like the coldest that I'll ever be, like the coldest and most calculating that would probably ever be about this whole deal. Just because, like, I'm thinking of survival above all else. And if I wind up being the weakest link, then I know I'm the weakest link, but at the very least, I know that the rest of the people that are with me will be there to help everybody else try and survive.
I'm ready to turn in my resume.
Aside from that, Dick.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I was making a joke.
Aside from that, so I already got a special. I already got a special place reserved.
What else is on your resume?
Well, I mean, madam, you have yet seen the magical fucking glory that happens to lay between my motherfucking legs. I'm just saying, it's nearly knocking on my knees, darling. But anyways, besides that, shit, I got infantry training. I got country boy type bullshit training. Living my entire life as a country boy. I know how to hunt, fish, farm, everything. Grow food, kill food, make babies like a motherfucker. I know how to make moonshine. That's something you won't get with them fucking other weirdos up there, up north, because they don't know how to make moonshine. I come prepared. I already got my own shit. And last but not least, number 5. Mighty number 5. I won't hit you, baby. Unless you ask me nicely.
And only in the right spots?
I only hit the right spots. What the fuck are you talking about? Booyah! In the New World Order, bitch. Me and Canuck. We got it. Yep. I already tell by that laugh. I'm in like Flynn.
So who's on your list, TM?
Well, I might have to divert my plane to California, but it'll be well worth the trip. We gonna make some pretty Asian, German, Irish little babies. This is gonna be awesome. That's the New World Order right there. Little motherfucking half Asian, half. Okay, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're fine. You're fine. I was gonna say, also, my blood type is type O, so that means, and type O blood types just so happen to be the ones that have
Universal donors.
Universal donor, and they just so happen to be the strongest resistant blood type to COVID, to the Wu flu.
How well protected is your house right now?
We got 2 guns,
but would you shoot me if I showed up in a plane? Type shit.
If you showed up in a plane to what? Come and rescue me?
I mean, rescue is a word that, like, I may or may not use, but, like, maybe a better term is, like, procure you is a better word that I think would be more.
You would show up in a plane to procure this pussy. That's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, not just that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna get
the mouth too. Gotcha.
I'm gonna get very familiar with that and the part that you mentioned, but like all of it. Like I'm gonna get I'm gonna get very intimate with all of it. But I mean, I just need you to be able to do this for me. Can you do this for me? Can you shut the fuck up and not talk on like a 6-hour flight in a Cessna with bad turbulence and land into a place where you're kind of blindfolded? Are you cool with that?
I mean, if I'm being blindfolded, you're really expecting me to make absolutely no noise?
Well, I got something to shut you up, but it involves like me doing some work for the 6-hour flight, and that's a long flight. So like I'm gonna be probably drinking a lot of water and having to like do some fucking neck fucking pops and everything else. But I have ways.
Like, at least tell me I'm pretty.
Oh hell no! I'm gonna call you a dirty bitch, slap you in the motherfucking ass cheeks, and tell you to like it or fucking throw you out the plane.
By the way, good morning.
I'll
to
call you
Brad
pretty
Young.
once we fucking land. What the fuck you talking about?
I honestly, I would be more of a detriment to anybody else just because of my age. I think that would
Doc,
cancel
who's in
me
your
out.
bunker?
But
Brad
if
Young.
I can tuck 5 people away, the only one that really came to mind quickly was my pregnant niece, because she needs to be secured.
I'm already stealing
because
you ain't got no
you
say in
know
the matter.
the elderly, and apparently because your immunity, your immune system is down when you're pregnant. Corona can be fatal to pregnant women.
Well, you know what they say, Doc. Behind every great Asian bitch that you want to repopulate the world with, there's always some alcohol-induced asshole that wants to bring along some pregnant woman who's probably going to bitch the entire 6-hour flight while I'm trying to give mouth hugs to you. Fucking. All right, fine. Fuck it. The Cessna's big enough. Fuck it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Wait, can I bring my cat?
No, you cannot bring your motherfucking cats. Fuck you. Die alone in Minnesota.
Sorry.
I'm gonna throw you. I'm gonna throw you out the motherfucking plane when we fucking reach. As soon as we heat. As soon as we fucking reach southern ground, your ass is going.
I think Stalvin might be a good
kick you in the ass
too, because he has basic
it's gonna
knowledge
be the last
of
good thing
metalworking.
you fill in your asshole before you die. Pow, my boot. Motherfucker, the Cessna is only so big.
Listen, Stalvin is one of the people. Oh, go ahead, Addie.
He's very pretty.
I don't give a mother. That's just competition for me. What the fuck are you trying to do to me? You sabotaging motherfucker. You're the Russian agent. You're the Chinese agent on this motherfucking Cessna plane, you son of a bitch. Ching Pao Hao Lo Bing Chong. You speak that shit?
Stalvin's ability. Go ahead, Addie.
He has the hammer.
Stalvin's skill with metalworking and his ability to forge weaponry is something that I think should be sought after. As well as the fact that he can make meat.
Well, Stalvin lives in your state.
That's a bonus.
All right, look, I can make moonshine. Fuck me.
So theoretically, he could just drive over.
This Cessna is getting awful packed. No, it's an undiscovered location. No, he can't drive. All right, look.
Addie, I think I'm getting an echo.
I'm getting Kadun. I'm getting Addie. I'm getting you. But y'all ain't bringing your motherfucking purses or your makeup or a bag full of clothes or any of this other shit. You hear me? Yeah, of course you are. Because Addie's a fucking Chinese spy. All this shit is being broadcast to Ching Chong Bing Chong right now.
I'm not leaving my cat.
I would also like to say that Addie bringing his
Motherfucker,
cat.
you get two options. Bring the cat or bring your fucking clothes. One of the two.
Tennessee.
Or bring your cat or bring the liquor. One of you want choose. Yeah,
Tennessee.
yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
have to think of it
yeah,
this way.
yes, future baby mama.
If he brings the cat and we are in need of food.
Oh no, it doesn't look like that.
No, notice how he had perfect audio just now to pipe up for that shit.
I would just like to say this entire mess started with crazy Asians eating crazy food.
No, it didn't. Nope. How dare you, sir? How dare you? But I do find it funny that
I had to.
I know you did, but I find it funny that he unmuted immediately and was like, "No, you're not gonna do that. How dare you? How dare you talk about my kitties?" Dude, you know what? For a gay man, you care about pussy more than most straight men. I'll tell you that much.
I'm a loyal father.
And
Well,
my oldest brother.
Well, I guess if it is your pussy, I guess you would be protective of it.
He does care flights with a single engine, flying people to hospitals.
Doc, you're gonna have a really weird Cessna trip. I'm just letting you know right now. Yep, I hope you're drunk for this entire theoretical ride because I'm going to be doing some things in the background that you might not want to see. And apparently, Addie's going to have cats, and there's going to be this other dude, and somebody's going to go. I guarantee motherfucking somebody's going to bring a bag full of clothes. Even though I said don't bring a bag full of clothes, somebody's going to bring something. And it's going to piss me off. But hey, here we are.
Can I at least bring like some sexy lingerie?
No.
No. Okay.
No. I don't need window dressing for something I already want to buy.
What would I be allowed to bring?
Yourself.
None of my weapons.
This is a fucking. These people don't even get the bit. This is a motherfucking Cessna. You bring yourself, and that's it. I'm already breaking the rules because there's gonna be a goddamn cat on it, thanks to fucking little Mister fucking I won't abandon my fur babies.
2 cats. We haven't asked the most important question though. Sam.
I know.
Do you know how to fly a Cessna?
I know.
You would be surprised what I can do while drunk.
Oh God.
I totally can. Of course, I'd have a pilot. Y'all are dumb. Like, don't get me wrong.
Well,
This
I
bit
definitely have to
relies
bring my
upon me
triage
having a
duffel
pilot.
bag.
So it's me, the pilot, and like maybe 4 or 5 other passengers, plus apparently 2 fucking cats.
Honestly, probably my
fur
Irish
babies.
twin, her cowboy lawyer gourmet boyfriend.
Well, you're gonna bring your pregnant niece, so
we'll probably hold up in their log cabin
it's
in
getting full.
Colorado.
No.
Wait, that's where.
All right, good. Well,
that's where Addie's going to set up the litter box.
I'm bringing you with me. All right, but look, somebody's going to have to lay down like in like the ass end to where the turbulence is rough. So is the roughest. So it's either what it. It's either one of two things. It's either cats go down there or Addie does.
Wait, are we just leaving LM to die?
Well, I mean, he's got a bathtub. He'll be fine.
It's not very
Actually,
nice.
I do know how to weld.
I'm not trying to be nice.
LM, it knows how to weld.
Well, have him weld his happy ass onto another motherfucking flight then.
Actually,
See, this is why I'm protecting you all. I'm only trying to fuck one of y'all, but I'm trying to protect all y'all right now.
I know how to
So,
how
Diggs,
to do some minor wiring for electrical, and
okay,
I know how to
and
do
she's
some minor carpentry.
and she's an electrician and a minor. Addie, you are slowly getting replaced. Your
Wait,
cats
wait.
and your ass are getting less
Hold
and
on.
less valuable.
I know
just
how to cook
just
well,
pretend that they're
and
zombies,
I'm relatively
and
certain
it makes
I can
it
kill
all the
without
much
remorse.
easier.
Okay, like I would want that. I would want that. Okay, you're starting to increase your value to me.
Yeah, that'd be far less satisfying.
Yeah, I was about to say, just let him kill people normally. Like like I'm pretty sure Sir Adamantine is one of the guys. Like as soon as social order breaks down,
No, I
they're
could
like,
just
you can kill people.
I could just see
The
him
cops
leaning
don't show
out
up,
the
he's gonna
window,
be like,
target
oh, thank
practicing
God,
as
yes,
the
finally.
machete wielding
I have
Somalis flood
I
his
have an
street.
annoying neighbor who has pestered me for years.
Oh, I told you
Not
about
Doc.
that, didn't I?
You did. You did. Hence why I said. Well, that too, but he also has an annoying neighbor.
Brett,
Not
I
for
have
long.
experience in welding, although I will admit I'm a better spot welder than anything else.
Well, it's getting kind of packed in that
But
says
that
no.
requires some gear. I know how to make like 3 different knots. That's about it.
I know how to tie rope.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Like I have
Mm.
a minor bit of knowledge on a lot of various things, and I think that can be helpful.
Hey, I can fix
Like
plumbing too.
my list is honestly pretty big. I'm not even gonna lie.
I know
Of people that I would have with me.
I know how to build a shitter.
Oh, in an end of the world situation, the whole world is your toilet. Who needs?
Although I don't like this whole
the whole
woo
world is my
flu because
toilet
it's
and my
threatening
shitty
my
range.
rock trip. That's what really sucks. I mean, I would still be like, yeah, my rock trip's still
Yeah.
on. What? There's a zombie apocalypse? I don't care. But with flu, okay.
Okay.
You know, fuck
Well, I have a panel question.
it.
It's basically for you, Doc, and Kadon. Not so much Sir Adamantine because he's a piece of shit who fucking sacrifices cats. Fuck me, but okay. Kadon, Doc, not Sir Adamantine. Fuck you. Okay, I bring you all to the compound. My Cessna, a little plane, a little fucking flying machine. All right, me and Cadunt, Doc, close your earmuffs. Cadunt, we make fucking Viking type children. We make Viking kids. All right.
I'm down.
All right.
Can I
Shut up, Adamantine. Nope. You don't get to talk. You don't get to
You're
talk.
too
You don't
short.
get to talk.
You're too short to be a Viking.
I'm 5'11". Fuck you, asshole. I'm nearly 6 foot tall. Shut up. All right, fine. Sir Adamantine, you're gay. You ready to impregnate some women for that Viking seed?
I don't care about the future of the world. It can all die. I don't need to impregnate women.
See, this is why I really don't want to bring you along. This right here is why I really don't want to bring you along. Even though you got good genes to pass on, you don't even want to fucking pass them on just because. All right, what if they are some like really tiny, titted, hairy women? Would that work?
Yeah. Look,
Okay.
unless they're Elizabeth Hurley, I'm not breeding anything.
Okay, hairless women with tiny tits.
You should just get back to asking Cadunt's question, really. Just
God damn it. God damn it. Take one for the fucking team, asshole. Like, I mean, like, if this was the reverse and, like, we had to have gay sex in order to continue on the motherfucking human species, like, I mean, I'm not going to take it, but I'll give it. I'm only asking you to give it.
Look, if I needed to sacrifice somehow for the world by having gay sex, all I'd have to do is give you half a liter of Jack Daniels.
That's rude. And also untrue.
It has to be a full liter.
But it was a good joke. But it was a good joke. I'll give you that. You just earned a little bit higher level in my bunker complex type shit. But like for real though, like if the fate of the fucking community, like you had a little community and like in order to survive, you really wouldn't fuck a fine looking woman in order to breed like tall ass Viking dudes?
I don't like humans. Why? I don't care if they survive or not. After I'm dead, the world can blow up in a nuclear fireball for all I care.
But you're not dead in this scenario. You're alive and you're in this community. And in order to make this community thrive, you gotta bang a good looking woman. What if I found the one woman who looked like the British chick that you like? Elizabeth Hurley. Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah, fine, whatever. I'm not taking care of kids though. Fuck kids.
Okay, you ain't got to take care of them. You just got to make them. Yeah or nay?
Kind of being a dick to Elizabeth Hurley, aren't we?
All you got to do is lay the pipe to someone who looks like Elizabeth Hurley.
Okay, Addie, let's say that during this apocalypse,
you catty fucking bitch. Even to fucking make fucking Viking
both Elizabeth
men
Hurley
and women, you're still
and Scarlett Johansson knock on your
All
door.
right, you went down another
and
level
say that
in my
they will
eyes.
trade you sex
You son of a bitch.
for shelter. Okay. Oh, well, if it happens, it happens. I'm sure Addie is a responsible condom
You can
person.
create any scenario you want. If Elizabeth Hurley or Scarlett Johansson came knocking on my door, I would
yeah, but
sleep
all
with
those
them regardless.
doctors will be dead from corona.
But would you make babies with them?
Oh.
I thought that's why I had abortion. I'm sure there's still some coat hangers out there.
God
What?
damn it, Addie! You really make
What, you
me
mean
want
that
to throw you out
abortion
of a
exists, or
motherfucking plane on the way from Minnesota to my goddamn burger. Son of a bitch!
And the funny thing is, I don't even believe in abortion.
I know you don't. You're just saying it to be a fucking catty bitch. No, he's just saying it to be a catty cunt. The catty Addy that he is. God damn it! All right, look, this is fucking goddamn end of the world type shit. You're fucking taller than me. You love bringing that up. I'm 5'11". You're 6 something and everything else. Cool. Guess what? You need to make babies, you gay motherfucker. Guess
That's a
what? You're gonna
thought.
have to fuck some goddamn women in the New World Order, bitch.
Look, if you want to repopulate the world with a bunch of Viking children, I would strongly suggest you go with a combination of Stalvin and Bunny.
Why not just you? They're all the way. One of them's here, the other one's overseas. You have the Viking genes in your balls. Just fuck bitches.
I can fuck Stalvin all I want to, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to result in children.
Well, you catty little motherfucker. I swear to God. This is why this motherfucker will get thrown out of a plane in a Cessna. For anybody listening, this right here, this type of attitude, if I hear this shit in the motherfucking Cessna, he's out. I'm opening the goddamn door. I'm throwing his little gay ass out, and I don't even know who I'm gonna give him a parachute. I don't even know. I might give him the bottle of Jack Daniels or a liter of Jack Daniels. Be like, you remember that shit you said to me on a motherfucking stream? Guess what? Now it's your time to shine. Poof, and gone. Now what you gotta say, motherfucker? Some bitch.
I think you were actually phrasing a question for Kadant and Doc. You just got derailed.
Yeah, because of you. I blame you. Fucking asshole.
Okay.
All right, well, mute yourself, you echoing son of a bitch.
Yes.
I am going to be myself, so and I'm going to get my cigarette, so I'll be unavailable for a few minutes.
He's going to get the woofaloo.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
All right. Doc, Kadant. Kadant's back. Hey, Kadant. Kadant, I have something to tell you. Kadant, are you there?
Yeah.
I'm only 5'11".
You're still taller than me.
You're a woman. That doesn't mean a lot to me. But anyways, thank you. For what it's worth, our kids are superiorly genetically super badass fucking kids. They probably won't be 6 foot tall. They will, however, be like a cunt hair below 6 foot tall, but they're gonna be like I honestly feel bad for you as a woman because like I'm wide, like I'm a big boy, so like in a post-apocalyptic world, like I don't know if we're gonna have the kind of drugs that they normally have, but like you're gonna have some big babies. All right.
I got them childbearing hips.
Oh, I know. They're kind of hits you just want to smash into over and over again. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is they won't be tall, but they'll be ferocious.
Okay.
Cool with that?
I have zero qualms with that.
All right. Cool.
I am a firm believer that you don't have to be super tall to be able to have the strength, skill, and knowledge needed.
This is why I'm gonna make babies with you. Anyways, all right. Now, second thing, and this is the important thing. After the new race is formed with Doc as
Oh, Miss
the wet
Scarlet,
nurse
I don't know
for
nothing
all of our
about birthing
babies.
no babies.
You brought the fucking pregnant cousin or whatever it is. Guess what? You're gonna deal with this shit for the rest of your life, dog. You're gonna be the fucking wet nurse, all right? Guess what? You brought a pregnant woman. That's your call. Guess what? You gonna be the wet nurse, homie.
Doug is gonna be like, all right, so we don't have any of the drugs, that they normally give. Like we don't have we can't give you an epidural, but here, down this bottle of vodka, you'll be fine.
Yeah. He's going to be the what's the old English term for it? It's not
Midwife?
wet nurse. Midwife Griffin. Not Doc, just Midwife Griffin. That's what you're going to be. Anyways, after all of the new race is born, I'm going to need to go and pillage, okay? I'm going to need to go and kill people and take their shit, Kadun.
Mhm.
I got to ask you. Will you be a Spartan wife or will you be a weak wife?
Shield maiden, bitch.
That's what I like to hear.
No, because she's gonna have the urge to kill.
You can't go in a fight without me. Fuck no. I would be there to have your back.
No, you're going to stay at home. Sorry to tell you. No, Doc, no. Nope, that's fine. She can kill your ass. Well, no, don't kill Doc. Kill Doc's assistant. Because he's gonna find. He's gonna. Nope.
I'll stay at the house. I will stay at the house to help protect it.
Okay, that works, but I'm gonna go pillage. So while I'm gone, you're queen. That work?
I'm pretty sure almost every woman wants to hear that.
I'm gonna go kill people and take their shit and take probably their land, their earthly goods.
No, you're gonna go and colonize.
No. We're not gonna call that a thing anymore in the new world. I'm just gonna call it. I take your shit now for I own it, type shit. You might have to translate that from drunken knees to whatever the new language is, but basically, I killed everybody here that wanted to say that I couldn't own it, so now I own it, and I'm sending it back to my actual home country. I'm gonna start calling it Tennessee Marian, where basically I take your shit, I now own it, and I send it back to my homeland, but I still own what I took. So, like something like that. Like we make up our own language. Like who gives a fuck? It's a new world order. Something like that, or maybe or something. Who knows? Who gives a fuck? TM Kadunt and these. Who cares? Who cares? Because guess what? We run shit now. So I'm gonna take shit and I'm gonna kill people and take their shit, and I'm gonna send the good shit back home, and I'm gonna keep on going into their lands until I get tired, basically. And I'm just gonna set up shop in like one place when I get tired of killing people and just rest for a bit. It's gonna be, babe. It's gonna be like our vacation home. Like imagine that, babe. Like we got a vacation home in like the British Isles. How cool is that? Like I went from Tennessee, conquered all that, went fucking east, went to Britain, completely conquered Ireland because they're already dead by now, and then went to Britain, conquered about a little bit of it, and then stopped and was like, all right, this is our vacation home. That sound good? Okay. But you gotta hold down the fort while I'm away. I may be away for months. You never do know. You ain't gonna cheat on me, are you?
One of the things that I pride myself on is loyalty.
All right. Well, look, I'm gonna instigate some wartime rules. All right. When I'm out pillaging, When I'm out fucking conquering lands, I get to bed any woman I want. But when I'm home,
By the
me and
way,
you's it. But I mean, if you want to have some little slave boy, warm your bed from night to night, I'm overseas. I don't know about that shit. But
check
when I come
the
home, I get to kill him.
check
How's
the
that sound?
general when you got a chance, Cadet.
And guess what? I'll bring the bitch that I banged in the other country home to you, and you get to kill her. That makes it non-cuckery.
Let's go there now. Oh my god.
I like the doc. I do like it.
That's so perfect. It's beautiful.
Well, what do you think, Kadun? You get to have your little fuck boys while I'm overseas. I get to have my little chambermaids while I'm over there. But when I come back home, I'll bring the bitch that I banged. You get to kill her, and I get to kill your little
earmuffs at least?
bedroom warmer guy.
Why would I need a fuckboy if I got fingers?
No, I mean if the whole finger thing is going to be instituted, can I be outside
do you understand
somewhere,
why
or
she's
at
going to be
least,
queen?
have some Dr. Dre beats on?
And I've been trying to tell you earmuffs for a while now, homie.
I'm not going to be breastfeeding.
You will be there every time my child is born. And guess where my child is going to be born? Right outside her snatch.
Okay.
Well, no, but Doc, you're her dad.
And
what kind of dad
and
doesn't
honestly,
want to be?
And honestly, I do.
I mean, doctor on call. Guess what? You going to be on call for a while, homie.
And honestly,
Doc
I've got
Griffin,
an actual
guess what,
duffel
Doc?
bag
You
filled
about
with
to earn that
triage
first little
supplies.
title. There,
Doc, just have your assistant do it all, okay? I don't need you staring at my snatch.
No, like I said, she's going to be up in Colorado.
Well, I mean, you know what? You are bringing the pregnant
log cabin
cousin,
ranch up
so
there.
I guess
'cause
maybe she would be able to be
there'd
there
plenty
to
of guns and
do
livestock.
most of the work. Because I mean, once you have it, you kind of know what you're talking about. I
No,
suppose.
I said that's the only person I could think of. If I could save anybody from the corona, it would be her.
You told me she was going to come with. No, you told me she was going to come with us on the Cessna. Oh, okay. Oh wow. Well, well, there's even more space on the fucking Cessna then, because if you don't want to bring her with us for this underground bunker,
that you'd ever want,
eventually a new society, then we have a lot of space. Saramantin can bring his fucking cats, I guess. Yeah.
he'd probably have to be folded or just strapping to the top of the plane.
I don't think Merc could fit on a fucking Cessna, even if I was only the pilot and the co-pilot, and it was just him lying down in it.
Well, he's
but
a
I mean, if I could,
too.
I'd totally bring my homie Merc. Merc is a great dude. I love that guy. No matter what anybody wants to.
That's a good thing.
Shit talk about him or anything else. I like that guy. He's a good guy. I hung out with him. He's a good person. Well,
no, he's a big guy. He'd probably keep you warm on a cold night too.
I was doing an entire bit this entire time, Doc. But if you want to get into some honest stuff, then fine. Well, I mean, this, like, no offense, Cadet, but I don't wanna have you as like my my queen breeder to try and fix the entire world and repopulate the world. you're a lovely woman, but I think you're a little bit
Right.
better than just being relegated to that. But I mean, if we want to talk about people that I actually do care about, Merc being one of them, I know that guy gets a lot of shit for some of the stuff he's done online. God knows I'm used to that as well. Merc is a good person, and I will say this much about Merc. Literally, all the people shit talking him, I guarantee you would never say a goddamn peep to his face, and if they did, they would get. If Merc was in a bad mood, would immediately get the ever living fuck beat out of them, and that includes the people that I'm friends with, the people that I'm not friends with. You can take that for what it is. I've met that dude, and I'd fight anybody I've ever met in real life. The only person I'm ever kind of hesitant to fight in real life would be Merc, because that would be one of those type of fights to where I know I'm going to the hospital for a couple of days, and he may or may not be there just because you're fighting a goddamn giant. But go ahead and keep on shit talking him and making a joke of him in live streams or anything else. I guarantee you, on my life.
Wait,
on
I
my
have
honor
talked
as a
shit
Marine
to Merc in real life.
I promise you this much.
But see,
You would
that's
not talk
that's
shit
where
to
the
Merc in
friend
real
thing
life.
comes in.
I promise you.
If you're friends
Like,
with somebody,
you might talk
then,
shit
yeah,
to me because I'm like
you
5'11",
do have the
and
right.
everything.
No,
That's
no,
cool.
the obligation to shit talk your friends. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be co-pilot on the rock trip. So I'm sure somewhere in that 2 weeks when we're going to be out, there's
Doc
probably going to be
destroyed
at
my whole
least
point,
one
but
time
go
or
ahead.
another where we get sick of each other and have it out. But that's natural.
Hmm.
I've literally never been afraid to say something to somebody's face that I wouldn't say on the stream.
Okay. Well,
I'm always good with
well,
that.
like I was saying earlier,
Yeah.
Before you,
Yeah, 6'7". Yeah.
you've met him in real life, for the Knoxville fight. You know, he's a big fucking dude.
No.
Yep.
No.
Which
I
is kind of
didn't even
funny
go out to the
considering
bar
the
with you
fact
guys,
that
so,
like Sarah Minteen can give me shit about being 5'11", but you remember what Merc said about my height? Of course you wouldn't. That it would actually prove my point. Merc said
well,
I'm
the first thing
I'm
that he
a
said to
big
me
old boy
when we
myself.
met in IRL, he's like, "Damn, okay."
He
I'm
said
like,
that
"What?" He's
on
like,
live
"I could see where
streams
you were a
with
bouncer."
me and you talking. I don't know
like,
if
"What?"
you or I were sober for
But
those
that's like the first thing that he
conversations,
said to me. And I'm like, "All right." I'm, now at this age and this incapacity, I don't think I look anywhere like my top form used to be.
maybe he just lied to us both, then, I guess.
I don't even know what he's up to, but I'll throw him
I don't know. I guess you'd have to
I'll
get
throw him a
Merc on
howdy.
stream and actually confirm the fact that even though I'm 5'11", I'm built like a brick shit house. But hey, that's cool. He complimented you too. Maybe he's a complimentary type dude. But anyways, yeah. Out of all the people that I 100% would fight in real life, which includes basically all the people I've met in real life. Merc is the one person that that would not end well. And like I said, dude, all the people that talk shit about him, either privately or publicly, I guarantee you, if you piss that dude off in real life, your ass would be handed to you on a silver fucking platter. You would not like the outcome, and just don't fucking do it. Because I've been around enough big dudes in my life to realize that there's two types of big dudes. Two types of big dudes. There's the big dudes who talk a lot of shit and are mostly full of shit, like your 300-pound Billy Badass fucking, hey, I can whoop anybody, goddamn it, I'm a big ass boy, blah blah, like that type shit. Then there's the big dudes who are like tall, long, and lanky, have a lot of reach on them, and know how to fight. And the second part is Merc. He would absolutely dominate anybody who's ever talked shit about him online. I guarantee
more than anything else.
It would be the easiest bet I've ever put on a fight in my entire life.
Most of those guys are like little fucking Tasmanian devils, man. If you back them up, they will scrap. The baddest motherfucker that I ever knew was 5'3", 5'4". And he had done like the Bruce Lee thing. He would go from discipline to discipline and dojo to dojo, learn what he wanted to learn of that style, and then just go to the next. And he learned about, last time I talked to him about, I think he had just finished up his 8th one. And he was a badass motherfucker. And the weird thing is, all these big guys would come up to him in the bar. You know, there'd be a group of us around, and they'd automatically come up to him because he was the smallest one, and they'd start to pick on him. And all of us around would be like, "Hey, dude, if you're going to pick on anybody, that's the wrong guy."
Oh yeah, Doc. Totally, dude. Like like maybe it's just me, but like I guess I'm the short guy in my friends group. Like the people that I actually, you know, it's kind of it's kind of different since you know, my IRL friends have moved states and, you know, done other things with their life, and God forbid this whole Corona thing. But like my in real life best friends, I'm the short one of the group. Like all of my friends are like 6'3" plus. All of my friends, all of my IRL friends are taller than me. I'm 5'11", dude. I'm a cunt hair below 6 foot. But all of my friends are like 6 plus. So like I'm the short guy, and I'm the type of dude to where I've had that conversation. I've had somebody start some shit with me, and I'm out with all my friends, and they're like, "Don't fuck with him. Don't do it. Just fuck with me. I'll fight you in the parking lot. Like I really will. But if you fuck with this dude, he only had 1 beer tonight, and he's trying to stay cool. Like don't do it." I definitely had those kind of conversations, but yeah, man. The whole like, oh, you're 6 foot or whatever
Brad,
the fuck. Like, if you think I won't crawl up all 6 foot of you and whoop every
like
fucking inch on my way down
and
beat the living shit out of all 6 foot of you,
in
you're
one of
fucking
the
crazy,
local dive
dude.
bars,
Like,
it was next to a
all
strip
I did
club.
was grow up fighting
So
taller guys
afterwards,
than me.
the strippers would come over and drink and, you know, try to troll for sugar daddies, and one of them was well, and one of them was hitting up my boy, and this big guy comes in. He must have been 6'6", maybe
Yeah, of
maybe
course.
280,
Like,
just
like
chiseled muscle.
all strippers do.
And he started picking on him. We're just like, dude, this is nothing that you want to do. And they're like, fuck off, I'm talking to him. And Jeff was just like, listen, I don't want to fight. Don't make me fight. And he's like, oh, he's like,
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, Doc. That's the same way I am, dude. I don't want to fight anybody. Like, I don't care. Like, fuck all this online beef. Like, I don't care. Like, if you met me, if you want to have a beer with me and hang out and talk, I'll probably talk to you. But if you want to fight me, like, please don't, because I know how that ends. It ends with me trying to run out of the fucking place that I fought you in, or try to fucking jump fences and get away from wherever the fucking ambulance or fucking cops are getting called to. And I just don't want to do it. It's stupid. It's crazy. Like, I did that shit enough in my early 20s. Like, I just don't care. Just fucking just have fun, drink, have a good time like we are today in this Discord conversation. Don't, because I know how that ends. It ends with me trying to run out of the fucking place that I fought you in, or try to fucking jump fences and get away from wherever the fucking ambulance or fucking cops are getting called to. And I just don't want to do it. It's stupid. It's crazy. Like, I did that shit enough in my early 20s. Like, I just don't care. Just fucking just have
okay,
fun, drink, have a good time like we are
that's
today
weird.
in this Discord conversation.
It looks like it sounded like it was
Because
playing over
I know
and
how
over.
that ends. It
playing
ends
on
with
a,
me trying to
repeat on
run
the
out
live
of the
stream.
fucking
That's
place that I
fucking
fought
weird.
you in, or try to fucking jump fences.
But
and get
but to finish up the story, this guy rears back to punch him, and his name was Jeff, and Jeff automatically just did like close fist strikes to his sternum, like peppered it straight down, like hit him like 6 times. And usually punches like that will put you down, right? Well, the guy just staggered back. And Jeff was like, oh, fuck. So he didn't even waste any more time. He just automatically knife edge chopped him in the throat, and we booked it out of there. Oof. Wow, everybody's mute except for me. I think I'm getting tired too. Hey, hi, Sir Atlantean. But yeah, good God. I think I think we're gonna have to move this mess over to AfterStream.
Hi, Doc.
Because I am fading right quickly, and I know I don't have anything to do on Saturday because the government has shut down everything that's fun to do. So, yeah, Kadant, are you ready to call this? Okay. Yeah. Do we have any? Addie,
sorry,
do you have
me.
anything you would like to show?
Yes, I think it's about that
DM?
time for everybody to start showing bitches.
Nope.
Yeah, of course. Tune in to Adonis Paul over on the Blunt stream. You can either search for Adonis Paul, AP, or the Blunt stream, and I'm sure it will take you to one of his channels. And make sure to subscribe and give him money and promote that shit. Also, Unknown Archive. He is doing an amazing live stream throughout all this coronavirus type shit, which I absolutely appreciate. So just look for Unknown Archive. Subscribe to him and wherever channel he may be on, whether it be the Dump Channel 6 or whatever. Just look for Unknown Archive and you'll be in good company. Also, I would subscribe to Fright Supremacy and Sinatra Says and Revenge of the Sis and Daywave Radio. All those channels, amazing channels that will carry you through all of this pandemic quarantine type shit.
Hey, Kadun, we didn't even see Pickle tonight.
All of them, great content.
Wonder what he was up to.
Sure to fill your days with happiness. And at the end of the day, don't break hearts.
I've been limiting
break headboards.
my time on online recently. Yeah, I mean, I finally dipped into Discord, and I had like, what was it, 8 or 10 messages, 8 or 10 different people DMing me, and I'm like, what the fuck's this? And there's another half dozen DMing me on their twatters, and I'm like, I have very little to substantiate the amount of people that talk to me. I don't know why they do it, but God bless them. Do you have anything that you would like to show, Kadan?
For the finest in Insomniac merchandise, look no further than Doc Griffin's Teeth Public Store. That's right, Doc Griffin's Tea Public Store.
Besides that, all of our stuff is down there. All of our links to all the important vital stuff.
Stop by.
Of course, they're getting ready to close the deal out, but there's a link down there for Queensboro custom apparel, and they're the people who make the stuff that we give away. And right now, they've got a deal going on for an all-purpose performance polo, only $4.95. Now that includes the setup, the embroidery, and the shipping. So for $5, you can get a polo that you tagged with your very own design, and that's less than a Lincoln. Plus, you'll be helping our show out as well because we get a kickback from it. So we get store credit if you guys use that link and make a purchase with Queensboro. And like I've always said about Queensboro, they have excellent merchandise. And their customer service is even better. So with that in mind, I would like to thank everybody who appeared on the show this evening. That includes Watch, Mr. LM, Tennessee Marine, Gaming and Yelling, and Ceradamantine. But that's only half the cast. The other half is you. Yes, I'm pointing at you in the chat. You help us to make the night a little more fun, and if we helped you to become a little sleepier, then our job is well done. So for the people who were on the stream and for the people who were in the chat, thank you. And of course, from my magical, mystical, malevolent, magnificent, Middle Ages midwife, Cadunt, and yours truly, Doc Griffin. Thanks, everybody, for stopping out this evening. And if you would, please, just do me one simple favor. Leave the money on the dresser. Bye.